T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Fight!
Yo, how you going? It's LadyChann, nonetheless, and welcome to. Let's get this Barnet in it. This Barnet. Does this Barnet need to leave the building, or can it stay in the building? Look, I'm getting my Farrah Fawcett on. We're welcome to the weekly wrap-up show. I know these are live. Ding, 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 ding. What up, girl? Hey guys. Look. I still try to be early and still come on at the original time. Only me, innit? Only me. Only I said the fly. So we got to do the members only roll call. Members only roll call. This is the Farrah Fawcett Barnet. I don't know. She's Farrah Fawcett in. There you go. In the building. We're going for the 70s look. With the plaid shirt. Hang on. Let me get. Sorry. You know me. I may as well just always start at my usual time, mate, because I can't start at any other time. I think even my body clock says like, no, you can't go earlier. But I am gonna get it right. I'll tell you. You'll see. Okie dokie. So we have. Oh God, the names that you lot have got. Don't touch your bum in the building. Mother King Boxing in the building. Donald Banks DB in the building. Zara K in the building. Team Fatty, love you Fatty in the building. Don 1983 in the building. Dub Rightside in the building. Stephen T in the building. My sister the Queen Lisa Bales in the building. Nesta Bedford, what up, good? What up, gangster? Blood boxing and documentaries in the building. Conshornery in the building. Ricky Ricardo, mi hermano, yo freestyle in the building. My sister Harlem's finest, ARTUR BETERBIEV in the building. D-Star Boxing in the building. Mi hermano también in the building. AJ all day in the building. Charlo in the building. King TJ, RIP in the building. Upload tag El Primero, ya tú sabes. And last but not least, Cardiff's finest, Dr. P in the building. Got through that one quick, didn't I? Let's have a look. Oh, okie dokes. So we've got the troops. Let me also. I have to. I've got the fan on. It's going to make me. I don't know. So let me put the because I don't know if I sent. Yeah, let me put the link in the chat, chickadee chat, and let's go. I got to do the banner, but I'll get the guests on first. Actually, well, the co-hosts are in the building. So. Without further ado, so I'm introducing Kenny Cannon, introducing the fight.
What's good, people? You good?
Oh, Leon, how you doing, man?
And he's repping the Dun Them Season t-shirt in the building. Kenny, we're gonna have to get. I don't know how Kenny ain't got one. All now, Lee. Kenny ain't got one.
This one's going a bit.
Right.
And you're going.
I'll tell you what.
You're going pear-shaped now, Lee.
Say that again.
Did you say your one's going pear-shaped now?
No, it's been abused in the washing machine. It's
I tried and everything. So we can update you. Let me update you. Kenny Ken, Lee, I tried to go early, still ended up late.
I knew you wouldn't. I knew. Listen.
You know me oh so well, eh? I tried, Lee. I tried. I did try. Kenny Ken knew it. Kenny Ken always, when he sees me say 9:30, Ken's like, yeah, whatever the weather. Ken, I tried.
I don't say that, but I always want to make sure that I'm actually waiting for you when you're.
I know, because I'm going to get it right.
No, I did get it at 9:45. I've only been late once. Well, I wasn't really late because they've still got their.
I came on.
Hey, it's talking about. I've got one thing to say.
Not have a chatter.
I've got one thing to say about the boxing. Tony Bellew.
Oh God, he's getting it in here in a minute. God, yeah.
Tony Bellew. If I was Tony Bellew, I would take the opportunity to keep my big gob shut. I wish when he said that you'll never hear from me again after he got knocked out by Usyk, he actually kept his promise, because he'd be doing the sport a big favour if he stayed in the shadows. He really would be. Go and watch Everton play. Go on. If you don't want, I can always get some mates. We can buy you a seat to get Everton, and you can go watch the football instead of watching the boxing. We don't want to hear from you. Go watch Everton play. Watch Everton lose. Leave boxing to boxing people. You've had your time, Tony. He's so biased.
Don't get him started. I know he's contradicting himself a lot and looking like a total hypocrite with this Beterbiev thing. Beterbiev, you know, about
one thing we give him credit for. He's shameless with it. He just does not care. He doesn't hide it.
Yeah.
So in that sense, he wears it. He wears his bias on his. He wears it on his sleeve. So. You know he's being biased, and you know he's going to have hypocritical opinions, and
he don't
care. Yeah, he just doesn't care. So in that sense, he's not being sly with it, so you don't know. He's blatantly just, this is my team. I'm batting for them. If they're wrong, I'm with them. If they're right,
I'm with them. I know, but
he's unprofessional. It's unprofessional. You think about it. Like we've all grown up with proper boxing punch. People like we had Jim Watt, we had Aaron Carpenter. You know what I mean? We've had these greats, professional commentators as well over the years, and now we get someone like him who's so biased. Sometimes, right? Sometimes I know I slag off Carl Froch, but sometimes I think, you know what?
There's right.
Froch is trying to be how do I say it?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah.
What are you going to say? Say it about Carl Froch? So I'm just getting my lighting sorted out.
The thing with Carl Froch is that I don't like the way he speaks, and I think sometimes there's a bit of a blunt knife at the end of his sentences when he describes fights and describes fighters. But he is trying to be objective. Tony Bellew is just too emotional to be a pundit. He's only in the job. He's a mate of Eddie's. The BBC.
Well, we don't have mates in the game. We're
employ that mate.
Would you say?
Probably wouldn't employ, but Tony Bellew is just so biased. It's embarrassing. He's actually an embarrassment to the sport.
It does go a bit bad. He does, and I'm like, Tony, do yourself some favours. He really ain't, is he? But hey ho, we have to remind everybody where we at. We at the weekly wrap up shiggity shiggity word, shiggity shiggity show. I'm introducing, It's AJ all day. It's Alex. Ding, 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 ding.
Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you loud, and you are on.
Alex.
We can see your avatar as well. So it's
Leon, Ken, Chan. How goes it?
The Massive and Crew's in the building.
Very good.
Mate. Oh, yeah, I think we're going to be getting these in the buildings in. There's some new merchandise, so I'll have to upgrade everybody up on here, you know. In the build dizzy. Yeah, my new tag. Oh well, it's been quite old now, so yeah, we're always in the build dizzy. So shouts out to Massive Crew. Also, I've got to do a cash out that I received as well. To the left. Thank you for dropping that. What is it? That dub and a half. Is it a dub and a half? Thank you for dropping that $30 on your girl. Massively appreciated. To the left. I love you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Harlem's finest is in the booty. Okie dokie. So on the docket is well, the fight that we saw, that's making all the even though we had a good old chat at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
I want to get back to that. I still, because I know nobody agreed with me, and
it didn't matter.
And nobody still agreed with me.
Let's go.
Round 1, fight.
Yeah, I'd like to start off with an analogy.
Yeah.
If you've got a team, let's compare it to a football match. Now you've got a team with wonderful players playing wonderful football, and they're scoring 30-yard screamers, overhead kicks, amazing free kicks, and they score 4 goals. And the other team just boring, defensive, and nick 5 goals that are tap-ins or corners, boring goals. Yeah. They're still 5-4 up. Even though the other team is playing much better, is clearly going to win the match, up until the point, at that point, it's still ahead. And this is what I'm saying. Callum Smith, to me, was landing more scoring punches. And I know that it looked worse because Beterbiev was clearly battering him and hurting him from the off. But I still had him on the scorecards in the fight up until we got stopped. I know nobody agrees, but I watched it again. I'm like, am I going mad? I watched it again. And this scoring punches is I know that Beterbiev's punches were hurting him. I do think Beterbiev let him have the rounds because he wanted to increase the amount of rounds he was beating him for because of the comments that was made by his team about the atypical finding. But that being said, when I watched it again, I still came up to the same conclusion that Callum Smith was in the fight on the cards up until he got knocked out.
Point scoring was never your forte, even back in the daily. So this is nothing shocking to me at all. I'm used to it. I am used to it. So,
I'm a fan of what is it?
Rule is there. Everybody does got their own opinion, and when they see something, how their eyes perceive stuff. But I want to hit. Go on, you, Ken, and AJ. Go ahead. I'll back it off. I don't know.
The thing about it, I hear what you're saying. I do what you're saying because there was some, there was the jab, there was the left hook, and there was the body punch. I do what you're. But the problem is that when I was looking at the fight, because I actually stayed up for it, which is one thing I did notice about it. Even the jabs hurt Callum. And it was still, even though he was still getting punched, he was still getting walked down, and the power punches were coming out, and he was always against the ribs. He always seemed to be on it. Yeah, when they did get to the centre of the ring, I thought Callum did a lot of really good work. But I think what the problem Callum had, even though he was scoring punches, they weren't having an effect on but Beterbiev. Beterbiev was basically like, for every left hook and every body shot, which is Callum's strengths, because it did for George Groves and it's done for a lot of his opponents. They weren't having an effect on Beterbiev, but Beterbiev's jab had more power than those left hooks that Callum was putting towards the body and the head, and that's where I can see where you're coming from. But I think in terms of balance of fight, I think that the judges were still giving Beterbiev those rounds because of the effects of the punches on Callum's face, and the fact that he was able to get him on the ropes quite a bit during all the rounds, and keep him there. And I think that's where
you hit him 4 times. But even when Callum was coming off the ropes, he was landing combinations to get him off the ropes. I mean, yes, every punch. If you compare it to a nail gun and a hammer, Beterbiev's was like a nail gun. You drive that nail straight into the wall, flush with one shot. Callum Smith was more like the hammer. It would have taken 3 or 4, drives with a hammer to get the nail in the same place. But they're still scoring effective punches, even though Beterbiev's are so much better. You can still score them, and he was landing more. So I'm like, if you're scoring it in that sense, I think if we had looked in this fight, let me give you the example. Kell Brook when he fought Golovkin. People give Kell Brook all the credit, and it's only because he went up 2 weights. If it was the same, if people looked at it the same, they'll be like, "What do you mean? Golovkin was battering Kell Brook. He was clearly hurting him. Every time he hit him, he was hurting him. But because and it's our impression, because Kell Brook went up 2 weights, we're giving him credit for like scoring punches because we're like, well, what we expecting him to do is come up 2 weights." So it's like Callum Smith weren't hurting him, but he was still landing, scoring punches. I know they weren't as effective, but they were still effective.
But the thing is that even though he was landing those punches, he was a back foot in a negative way because of the effects of the punches that he was receiving. Like sometimes, when you're on the back foot, you could still be on the back foot in a positive way. The guy's coming forward, but he's not landing. You're blocking his punches. He was
playing with him a bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, when Beterbiev was throwing punches, a lot of them were accurate and they were hurtful punches. So he was pushing Callum back. Yeah, Callum did have it, he said, and he did. The one thing I do agree with, Callum did put in more combinations than ARTUR Beterbiev. But the thing is that I think that if we went to the judges' scorecard, I don't know, maybe it was because it's a home fight for Canada, even though he's Russian. I still think the judges.
One judge gave him 2, and the other 2 judges gave him 1 round.
Beterbiev if he went to the round.
I gave him 1 round.
At the effect of what the punch is, rather than still as they should do on the sort of the variety in combinations.
Yeah, I gave him 1 round. So up until the stoppage, I gave him round 5, and we was on here with Electro Jed, weren't we? And we gave him 1 round, didn't we, Age?
I don't think you gave him any.
You could argue he won 1. I don't think I gave him any.
Yeah, the 5th round.
Yeah. Probably the 5th. Yeah, so.
The 5th, yeah, probably that. But I wouldn't have cared if anyone didn't give him that round, because I saw, yeah, you're right, I saw someone give him on round 2 and round.
How does anyone give him a round?
That's crazy. I don't know how he won round 2. That was weird. That
was dominant Beterbiev round. Beterbiev
I had a 4-0 to Beterbiev. He won the first 4 easy for me.
First 4, me too. So I don't know. Because I mean, Beterbiev started very fast.
He did.
It was game on.
He went out there and battered Callum in like the first 30 seconds and got him in the corner.
When he took his foot off.
Say that, Lee.
He started fast for the first 30 seconds just to hurt him. Then he took his foot off. And then he see what was coming back. And he thought, I can do this all day. I'm going to hurt this guy. And I don't think he put his foot on the gas. If he wanted to, he could have taken him out in 2. He has gone for him, but he played him a bit. And I think because of that, for me, he gave away the rounds. And he was in no danger.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I just didn't see it like that.
Anyway, could I go? No. It'll be very short.
Yeah, no, you can go. You can. Sorry, Lee. I didn't see it like that.
Do I hear what you're saying, Leon? Yes.
No.
Do I agree?
No.
Chan, where's that cricket thing that you play?
Oh, it's this one. Okay, look, he's queuing you up, Leon. He's queuing you up, Lee, for the...
Yeah, I'm not stand by my opinion, guys, you know.
Yes, you got to, because who else is standing by that one? So, this is him.
Yeah, I mean, those must be some special rose-tinted Callum glasses you got on there, my guy.
This is the thing. I don't have any affiliation with Callum Smith.
I'm not kidding. I'm not messing with you, man. I know.
Leon's Liverpudlian. The way he's doing this, you've got to be really from Liverpool.
I mean, well, okay, well, Leon, what rounds did you give Beterbiev? Do you know which? I'm just curious. Which ones did you give him? Like, you know.
I think after 4 rounds, I had it. The first time I watched it, after 4 rounds, I had it 3-1 up to Callum Smith, and then when I rewatched it,
what?
Yeah, no, and when I rewatched it,
in round 5, Leon had it.
Oh wow, okay. Oh,
I remember you had it 3-2 by round 5 to Smith.
Yeah, in the first, yeah.
All right, moving on.
Really? Have you rewatched it?
I've rewatched it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. You know, I could lie just to agree with everyone, but it's just...
You did rewatch it. Yeah. Okay. No, sorry, I must have missed that. I didn't hear you say it, so I didn't
rewatched it.
I haven't even rewatched it, to be fair. So,
I said, to see why people would not give Callum Smith the rounds, because you could see he was getting hurt, and you could see it was brutal from the beginning. But if you're scoring it, who landed the more power punches? Even though Beterbiev's were more powerful, I think Callum Smith was landing more power punches. So then, if they're landing more power punches, I have to give you the round. That's the way I do it. As I said, I know Beterbiev had a nail gun, and his one punch was like 4 of Callum's. But if Callum's landing 3 and Beterbiev's landing 2, I'm going to give the round to Callum Smith. It was clear that Callum Smith wasn't going to win. It was clear. I even said that during the watch along. I'll be surprised if he gets it out at round 6. I was surprised he got to round 7. But scoring punches, you know, they were scoring punches. I don't know.
What you talking about, mister? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Manny? What you talking about, Dad? What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Leon?
It's how I saw it. I don't know what to say.
Oh, it's all good. Honestly, there's no right or wrong answer, is there? Like, even for judges that professionally do it, it's subjective. So,
Leon, I do get where you're coming from, but that where you're coming, where I slightly agree, was from the kind of obviously the first 7 rounds. From round 3 onwards, round 4, that's when he was taking instructions from Buddy McGirt when he was saying, go to the body, use the combo. He wasn't doing that in the first few rounds. In the first few rounds.
5, maybe.
But when he took instructions from Buddy McGirt, because I think, you know, that's when I think, okay, there was combos, there was body punches. But it was, for me, it was like he was 3-0 down at half time, trying to, you know, pull down a 3-0 deficit. Not because of not the rounds, but in terms of like the mentality.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't doing the things that
but we still know mentality was going on rounds. You know, this is what I mean.
I'm talking about itself. From the 4th round, he was doing the things you said he was doing. He was throwing more headshots. He was throwing more combos. But again, the situation is that the theme from Callum Smith and his biased mate, Natasha Jonas, and Eddie Earn, the pork chop that he is, was Callum Smith is coming for a knockout. It's not gonna go to 12 rounds and blah blah. Callum Smith, for the first round, didn't fight like that. Callum Smith was a replica of when he fought Canelo. Here we go.
Yep. I mean, the 4th round literally was the worst round he had in the fight.
He did what you said.
Yeah.
I mean, because you know, because Ken, like the round where he got stopped the 7th, then the 4th round was the worst. He got battered in the 4th and almost got stopped in that round.
He got stopped in the 4th round. 5th round, somehow he did an all right job.
Because I think Beterbiev took his foot off and thought, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to just play with you a bit. I think Beterbiev could have, but he just delayed it. He just delayed the punishment.
He nearly got stopped in the 4th round, though, Lee.
That's what I mean.
He trapped him against the ropes. Beterbiev was putting shots together. Then they were Callum was all over the place, man.
He lived on them ropes, though, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he did, kind of.
He looked like he was about to go in that 4th. I mean, maybe Beterbiev did take his foot off the gas, but he was in serious trouble. That was a terrible round for him, the fourth. So
yeah, and I don't know. I'm going to definitely rewatch it, look at it from a different lens. And
yeah, I think I will too. I just want to see if I can see something else. But probably not. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I haven't seen the boxing world say any of that, but
nobody has. Nobody has. And I've looked for a lot of opinions to see it. Nobody's agreed.
I mean, speaking of pork chops.
Has anybody said anything close to yours though? Have you found some people that had? I tell you, had Callum up. Oh no, these were predictions. So the Fight Disciples had, Nick Feet. Obviously, he's from Liverpool, so he's going to say that Callum's gonna win. But I need to look around to see if there's any general outcomes of people that said. Not that I saw. TalkSport had him pretty.
I know a couple guys who thought Callum was going to win. They were Brits, so
yeah, I know. They thought he was going to win, but I didn't think after them watching it that they thought that he was up on the card. So
you're right. Yeah.
I was stunned at the Peter Wedding winning it. I just can't believe what I was hearing. It was biasness. What they went by. You know what they went by? You know when he fought like Callum Johnson? When Callum Johnson caught him, put him down. Yeah. They went on that. Beterbiev's very close. He comes forward.
Yeah, with Johnson. Right.
He believes that his power is so bionic that he can take him if he can fight him. And I think they're looking at Callum thinking, right, it was always a big, like, super middleweight. He's got great body. And he can grip a bit because they saw what Callum was doing to some, I was at the fight with the Andy Joshua fight with Usyk when, the guy's leg was just like less because it's a serious matter, but his leg was when he was on the ground, and they said what Callum call a concussive power, but until you get him with a real
puncher,
how hard he is every time, even though he did get some upset, I think up there mentally, even the jab is thinking, "Fuck me, man."
As soon as round one, he felt that jab and he was like, "Oh hell no!"
Shit.
He need the power straight away in his face.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So that's the thing about fighting Beterbiev. It's like these guys, they just go in there until he hits them for the first time. It's like, is that discouraging, debilitating power where he hits you and it's like, oh Jesus Christ, what the hell? Like who is this guy? You know what I mean? Like seriously, and like he just has a way of breaking guys down and just these crazy, insane ways. You know what I mean? It's like even his knockouts. It's like these guys when they get hit, they just crumble to the canvas. Like they don't want anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's what I want to. That's what I want to say. I even got some backlash on my reporter when I said that did he cheat to beat? Like you have to realize that my report come out maybe 2 days after the fight. So to make sure some people watch it, you have to make sure that the line may be different than everybody else's. Because, I mean, if I just put, Beterbiev beats Smith, people are like, all right, we already saw this report. Everybody else's one 2 days ago. So, obviously, so I put that up. But people's like, oh, how dare you be saying these things about him? You should know better. I'm like, I'm a big Beterbiev fan. Like, but we will talk about, the atypical finding. And we will talk about that. Callum Smith, also, let me just say, Callum Smith lived on them ropes. He lived on them fucking ropes. For some reason, he just looked like all out of sauce, all out of sync for me. He's how tall is he? 6'3". And he come out with his thing like, I thought I was the best. Everyone in the comment was like, when was you? When was you the best? At what weight?
The Ring magazine, didn't he? At 168, he had the Ring magazine for being into
He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's probably one of the service team. That's right.
But he wasn't really, was he?
I don't think so.
Ring magazine is the one, isn't it? If you got the Ring magazine, you're generally considered the best.
Didn't unify. Like I said, none of them unified at 168. All of them. Billy Joe
until Canelo got there.
Yeah, so I don't know. All right then. Okay, ring rated number 1. Cool. Used the rest at one point. That they said. But that left pretty much after Canelo. You lost when you faced Canelo. You lost. So why didn't you take that same? Oh, I thought I was the best then. Why is this Beterbiev hit? Oh yeah, because it's the first time he's been on the canvas, isn't it?
Yep. It was first time he was dropped.
Yeah.
That's
He just lived on them ropes and that. From I saw him on the ropes from round 1, 2, I was like, then I saw the gash, I was like, oh no, it's all over. He's breaking down, and his nose looked like it was going one way, and his head was going. I was like, yeah, this dude's suffering.
by the way,
yeah.
right quick. Speaking of pork chops, Ken, Eddie knew he knew Callum was getting smashed. He knew. Yeah, he just, even if he didn't want to admit it to everybody, he knew.
Of course, Eddie just had to say that to save face because it's his fighter.
Yeah, for PR stuff.
I don't think Natasha Jonas knew, though. I mean, Natasha Jonas, she's a lovely girl, but please stop being a pundit. I don't want to hear you talk about boxing.
What did Cash say? You can hear it because we were calling it. I didn't hear it. What did Cash say?
Oh, what do you expect? I can't do a Scouse accent because
he's doing well.
Who's going to do that? I've seen him in training. He's really. Oh, really? Please. Come on.
Do you know what? It's because they're the family. Yeah, but you know the Padlians, they stick together, mate. That's one thing they're different from us Londoners to that degree. And like, we split into sectors. In Liverpool,
but I remember I was watching an interview with Callum Smith. It's like I had to go back and hear what he was saying.
Hang on, AJ. Kenny's still talking. Go ahead. Ken.
You know what? That's seriously. She was talking about all the women boxers she looked up to, right? She's talking about Katie Taylor and Chantal Cameron. She didn't even mention Carissa Shields. Just stop talking. Just fight. Don't talk. Don't talk anymore, Tasha. Just fight. Do what you do best. Punch people.
I'll have to go back and watch it. I'll have to go back and watch it, Ken. With the sound on. Well, they're from Liverpool, Ken. So you got to expect them to do this.
Well, I love the Scousers, but come on, man. Just be objective and be honest with your your predictions.
People, them.
There's no disgrace with Beterbiev. But the thing about it is, I think Callum Smith, he's got to look at his career, and say well done. But I think I was hearing sort of Dominic Ingle talk about the fight itself. He said something that I did agree with Dominic Ingle. He said that sometimes there's levels, and I think Callum Smith is outside that level of top class. He's been a champion. Has he been a good champion? That I beg to differ, but he's been in a position where he's been with the right promoter to get him into these fights. But in terms of like defending his belts and being on the level of Beterbiev, Canelo, nah, not for me. Manufactured champion, that's our thing. But good luck to him. He's a good fighter, but fighter.
I mean, Beterbiev and Canelo is an extremely high standard. I mean, I know Callum Smith's overrated, but that is a very, very high standard to get to. And
100%. That's what you've got to aspire to, isn't it? You have to try and aspire to that. Even if you don't think you're going to be that fighter, that's the levels you've got to go to because to get genuine satisfaction from boxing fans like ourselves and for yourself, you always got to aim high. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be anywhere. You want to be in that conversation. When they're handing out like Boxing Hall of Fame, when you go to New York State, you want to be in that conversation. Like Carl Froch, I'm not a big fan, but he can be in that conversation because of the fact that he defended his title and he fought all the.
He got recently inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Carl Froch been inducted into the Hall of Fame recently.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but even so, he's in that. He can say Carl Froch is in that. You can't say about Callum.
Yeah. I've got a lot to say on Carl Froch's resume even as well. I mean, that's up to debate as well, in my opinion, for other bits and pieces. I don't think he's Hall of Famer, in my opinion, but hey-ho. When you think of the Hall of Famers and you think of Carl Froch, do you think Carl Froch is a Hall of Famer comparison to some of the people that's really in there? Carl Froch didn't even decide to 175 Roy Jones Jr. and He always harps on about this, the Calzaghe. Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins and things like that. They went through the gears and he just decided to stay at 168 and didn't really do fuck all. If you really wanted to prove his legacy, he could have went up when you know, and catch them lot on even on their tail end. He chose not to. So those were big mega fights that he chose to not indulge in. So I'm not really a big fan of Carl the Contradiction Froch on that level. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So he can have all the talk that he wants to talk about his 80,000 people at.
I was going to get to that. You beat me to the punch. You know, like I said, literally. Well, in a literal sense.
Go on. Yeah.
No, you
to the punch. Yeah, AJ's probably got a call. He'll be back when it falls off. Yeah. Hold on. This is how boxing is scored. Yeah, effective aggression, Beterbiev equals Beterbiev. That's what I said. Defense. Well, defense is number 4 on the list, but we'll go with this anyway. Defense, Beterbiev. Ring generalship, Beterbiev. Yeah. Landing hard and clean punches, but Beterbiev. Only gave Smith round 2. Wow.
I got to go back and watch that round. I
need to watch this round 2 because I couldn't see what was going on in round 2, but maybe we missed it. Because I remember us going, nah, that's a Beterbiev round, that's a Beterbiev round. And then it was Electro Jeddo, and he was like, oh, I'm giving round 5. And we looked at it, oh, okay, yeah, we saw the playback on round 5. Like, all right, cool, we can go there with round 5. But I don't know.
Round 5, yeah, so.
Yeah, I've got to see this round 2 that everybody's harping on about. Because I've seen a few people in the boxing world, they're saying round 2 was his round as well. I'm like, oh, okay, I must have missed something.
It sounds like they're just giving it to him out of pity. It sounds like a pity round.
This is a pity round because he did a little bit better than round 1. So everyone's like, well, maybe. No, yeah, those are pity rounds. Yeah, I'm not really down with that.
Leon, you gave him pity.
Listos pe los chingazos! Listos pe los chingazos!
Would you say, Leon, you gave him pity?
Leon, you gave him pity rounds, so.
Well, no, look, this is why I had to make sure I came on and I had to be on camera because I was like, no. I said my piece and I've watched it again and I'm like, no. I tried to. I'm like, I wish I could change my mind. I'm not going to just agree with it.
On business. Yeah, Leon's like, I'm coming to stand on business in today's episode, love. So I'm coming up because they've got to see how serious I am about this.
It's 3 figures, isn't it? It's fight fan figures. I don't know all the ins and outs, and you know.
You've been doing this with us for as long as we've been all doing it together. We've been doing this for 3 years, Lee. On the trot, we have. But you was always the judge on the point score rewatches that would have a total different score all the time. And I'd be like, Lee, how did you see it? Remember? I'd be like, no, it didn't go like that. Oh.
I mean, on the rewatches, we was a bit closer. But definitely as we were watching them live, I don't know. I scored them as I scored them.
Yeah. I wish it went a bit like to a bit further than we could have done a rewatch and point score on this. It's just no point. But yeah, I just have to look at it on my own time. I really, really do, and have to see. Froch fought a few good fighters: Jermaine Taylor, Mikkel Kessler, who beat him the first time. Yeah, he vindicated. So George Groves, George Groves. It was arguable that George Groves beat him on one of those fights, though. Andre Durrell, Lucien Boutte. Yeah,
George Groves beat him. It was an early stoppage.
The first fight was, I remember that.
Yeah. He was up. He was beating him, but then he took a flurry unanswered, and the ref jumped in. People thought it was a bit too early, especially if it was up and it was a title fight.
He pulled Tony Weeks out.
He did a Tony Weeks, then did he? Yeah, that's what he did. I mean, he didn't fight Bernard Hopkins. He didn't fight a Roy Jones Jr. I mean, yeah. Them man there, Andre Durrell.
What time Bernard Hopkins was still fighting in his 40s?
Yeah, he started his title run at 41 and he finished at 51 when Joe Smith Jr. knocked him out of the ring. I mean, so he could have did that. I mean, there were so many. I mean, yeah, I'm not that hyped about. Mikkel Kessler is a good.
That's a good
fight.
name. Yeah, he's a good name.
Good name. Carl Froch got washed on the first one. Carl Froch's style for me was always ugly, untidy. He had no defense. That's why his nose was like a pancake.
He had a chin though.
He had a chin. Yeah. He had a chin. He has a chin. He's Polish, so he's from Polish stock, so they have got chins. But yeah, I just thought his whole style was ugly, mate. I was never a Carl Froch fan. I liked Joe Calzaghe.
You know, I think Carl Froch crossed his feet. His feet were terrible. He crossed his feet when he threw.
Feet was terrible. Everything.
He had bad feet.
Everything. I didn't like. I was like, and then you put him in the fucking Hall of Fame. Okay, shouts out. I don't know. I just thought that one.
You have to give it. You have to put him down on what the fights he's won and the big fights that he's been involved in. That's why I put him in.
Yeah, I mean,
and,
yeah,
he didn't duck anyone, didn't he?
I mean, he still could have fought the powerhouses, though. Like I'm saying, B-Hop, Roy Jones Jr. Why didn't you do them?
Yeah, but I think with Carl Froch, he won his title in 2008 against John Pascal at Nottingham. I was being the wife for that. But by that time, Roy Jones Jr. I think when
he was kind of like he was on the slide then. The Roy Jones was.
That would have been a good time to at least got him. At least Joe Calzaghe, he did all his fights here in the UK, and then he went and did Roy Jones Jr. To have that scalp, it would.
But then he did get himself to Joe Calzaghe's mandatory, and then I think Calzaghe retired. Froch, he made himself Joe Calzaghe's mandatory.
Yeah, he's bitter about that.
If he tried to get there, what else can he do? If he fought his way up to a mandatory, he was
retired, right? Then he retired after that.
He retired.
Yeah, he won his fight.
But Roy Jones Jr. was still fighting, like I said. B-Hop was definitely fighting.
But you know when B-Hop fought Bernard Coppings, when he fought Joe Calzaghe, he was 43. 43 when he fought him.
Yeah.
So he was coming towards the end, and then he fought Kovalev for more money, and then that was when he was about 45 or 46 or something. Bernard Hopkins.
No, he did that when he was 49. He was 49 when he did that.
Yeah.
Nice. He retired at 51.
Yeah.
So he had more than. So what I'm saying is, Froch had more than enough time to fight a B-Op and a faded Roy Jones.
Did you want to see Carl Froch against a guy who's come up to 50? Do you really want to see that fight?
Because he was competitive still.
But Roy Hopkins was still schooling dudes, man, and winning titles at his old age. You know what I mean? So that probably, that's what I'm saying. You never know what could happen.
I'm not saying that Carl Froch would have won, because I don't think he would. But the thing is that he was in a sort of like different trajectory to extent, and Bernard Hopkins wouldn't have gone there, Carl Froch. Bernard Hopkins at that age.
But they're legacy fights, though.
Yeah, but
they're legacy fights, though.
Yeah, but
you ignored them. They were big Vegas fights. You could have went to Vegas and did big legacy fights. You are on about
They never heard of Carl Froch. The people they want to fight is Joe Calzaghe. Joe Calzaghe was a bigger name at that time. Carl Froch was just.
Joe Calzaghe. That was the first time he ever fought in America. Was against Roy Jones Jr. Before that, he'd never fought in America at all. He had his career mainly in the UK and Europe. So and he took the risk and he went up and he went there and done it. And you remember the press.
B-Hop too as well. After that, he fought B-Hop too. After that in the States and beat him.
Yeah, then he fought Bernard Hopkins and beat him. And then that was him. What does he retire at? 40.
Hey guys, should we talk about his fight?
Say again, Chan?
50 and 0 as well. Calzaghe 49 and 0. What was he?
48 0 was it?
Yeah, not as
46,
much as
46 and 0.
46 and 0. 46. You're right. Yeah, you're right, Ken. 46. Yeah.
So I mean, so if you really wanted the big fights, Mr. Carl Froch, the Cobra, you're more like a grass snake, to be honest.
Hey, let's not forget. Joe Calzaghe fought Peter Manfredo Jr., who was on the contender side. Joe, that was a bit of a stinker fight, if memory serves me right. Look, she's laughing. You remember it, don't you? You remember it.
I like Joe Calzaghe and his flick jab and his pity pat. He didn't have his great power, but
slaps as well.
It was slap. He was a pity patter. But
that man ruined Jeff Lacey. He did, bro. After that,
still liked him fight Calzaghe, man.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I like a good old Joe. Oh yeah, guys, if you'd like to join the Shannaholics, you know what to do. Go to the front of my page and hit the join button.
Me bar rat brain splatter. What's the matter? Just start don't time in the body try scatter pick pattering up all over your body. Now your bruise and batter tap shatter. You never should do a lot.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So now moving on to the. I'm going to be speaking to my friend tomorrow, who's he's a chemist. He works in the lab, PhD certified. He gives me the knowledge on, you know, when these fighters pop and stuff like this. So I hit him today and, you know, ask him to tell me about this atypical and can it just come from this, oh, we did too many squats, so we did all of this. He's like, Shan, I'm going to give you, he's like, I'm just leaving the lab, but I've got somewhere to go. I'll call you tomorrow and give you the rundown. Shouts out to Dr. Saeed. We have links everywhere. So, you know, when people are talking about all of their talk, I'm coming from, where do I come from, guys? Let's say it's stats, facts, and
Data.
That's right.
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
Be the Godfather. That's right. Yeah, so I'll have a word and then I'll, you know, he'll send me a voice note because he's shy. He won't come on the show, but he'll tell me about markers, flagging and things that what people use to mask this and that and the other. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we shall. I'll bring that to you in the week anyway. So what do you guys think now of this atypical thingy and what Tony was saying? And do you think it's hypocritical? Do you think it was something that should have been? Do you think Eddie Hearn should have not been so snooty about? Because it's the hypocrisy for me. I mean, he didn't fail the test. I mean, exactly. You can raise your riot. Yeah, you can raise your riot, I guess. But the way that you lot went Helen High, what was it? Helen High Heavens or where it's called, where it was.
It was Helen High Waters.
Hell High Water.
High Waters. Yeah, we didn't quite reach the heavens. It just got.
In Eddie Hearn's defence, any time anything like this happens against the Matchroom fighter, it's all over the place.
Yeah, that's true.
Why he was making noise, but you kind of need to be the change, isn't it? You know, if you don't want people making noise about things, if you don't want people making noise about your fighter actually failing 2 drugs tests, you cannot make noise when somebody simply has an atypical finding. Like that didn't need to be put out there because people who don't understand might assume that he's actually a dirty fighter, and that isn't what the test. That isn't what that means. So I don't see why it had to be mentioned. It's something that happens a lot more often than we know about, but it just doesn't get mentioned because it's not a failed test. I think it's in order to do that. Yeah,
I guess, but should it be mentioned? Shouldn't it not be mentioned? So why was it mentioned then?
Negative test. It happens.
I read the statement that said atypical, then everything after that was negative, and it's like, so everything's fine then. So why was this even? Why did this even? I'm with you. So why did this even come out in the first place?
Yeah.
So
why?
Well, think about it, right? They didn't pull out the fight. You know, they waited. Beterbiev had an injury, so
yeah.
And then they didn't. They want to miss out on money. I don't know why you make the point without making. If the fight's still going on, there's no need for them to mention it because all you've done is give the skeptics an open goal. Thankfully, boxing people, proper boxing people, gave that announcement the contempt it deserved. There were some good people out there who basically kicked it into touch because they could see what was they had their suspicions of why Eddie did it, but what Eddie's done, he's made a complete prat of himself. He's been a pork chop here. You've just left an open goal for people to say, "Shut up, Eddie." What about Conor Ben? Eddie had a good opportunity to shut up, take the money, and then go back at the negotiating table with Big Frank. But he didn't. He had to go and you're not the promoter, mate. Just shut up. Take the bloody money and go. If your fighter wins, then you get control of the thing. Your fighter lost. Just keep your big Essex mouth shut, firmly shut, because the fight still went ahead. It wasn't. He didn't fail a test like your fighters. You know, as everyone says. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? There was no point of that. It's all, you know. You're trying to promote a fight that was already out there. You know, it was
mud sticks sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he was careful to say he wasn't a failed test, but not everybody. Some people just read the headlines, you know, and they'll read atypical finding because he's very good. When it's a foul test, when one of his fighters have a foul test, he calls it adverse. He doesn't say they failed. And even though this guy,
because we know adverse means failed.
Yeah, but not everybody does. It's like not everybody knows atypical doesn't mean fouled. You know, people think atypical means it's fouled, and so he's very clever with the words he uses. So it's like, don't complain when people attack your fighters if you're going to attack other people's fighters when they haven't even actually failed a test, because mud sticks.
Yeah, it does. I think was he calling out that it's just like if that was him, everybody would have been with an atypical. If that was his fighter, they would have gone hell and high water.
Yeah, he was saying that. I think he said the words to the effect of he would have had 40 reporters around him sticking microphones in his face, asking him questions about it.
That's true.
Yep.
And Bob Arum just came on and started talking rubbish about it's because of the exercises. It's not, though. So what is it then? What do you lot think it is? Just...
Look, these things are done on average, aren't they? They're done on population averages. Some people have more than some people are above. You know, average is average.
Yeah.
You know, I think. Yeah, some people have higher than average. Some people have lower than average. So they will class that as atypical. It doesn't mean somebody's got performance-enhancing drugs in them. It just means that somebody's got higher.
But this is the first time we're hearing that with Beterbiev, so it's not like it's a standard thing that is always atypical. Because if it was, people
don't report on it because it's not a foul test. It's not spoken about. It does happen. It's just not spoken about.
You know, I think what it was is that they're talking about, you know, I think the thing is, right, is that we all live by sort of like certain rules and certain stereotypes. The guy's nearly 39, 40. He's getting stronger and fitter. It's not allowed to happen. And I think that's where the conjecture was. Another thing as well, I think psychologically, they just can't believe how a human being can hit so hard. Can just go steam people and hit so hard. You know, like power in any sort of, you know, discipline, you know, in terms of like, if you talk about boxing, you talk about athletics, you know, being able to throw faster, or if you're a cricketer, being able to bowl, you know, really fast, not 100 miles per hour. Some people just have it. Everyone's got the same thing. Sometimes you just born with that power. You know,
but he looks like he's got that kind of Neanderthal type power. He looks like he's just. Yeah.
I mean, because these Chechen guys, it's like they, you know, like they were raised in like, you know, combat sport, like they were doing like all these crazy types of strength. That's when they were kids. I mean, even Beterbiev, he's come from like a master, like a wrestling background, and like how they wrestle bears out there when they chose like the Khabib, all that. So maybe it just stems from like these they're just extraordinary freakish athletes even when they're young, and it just puts through the years, you know.
I mean, it's not like he's changed anything. It's not like he went from having no knockouts then he went knockouting people.
Because he's been blowing people away throughout his career.
Yeah, so I mean, I just don't know what it. I'm going to speak to my mate tomorrow. That's what I'm saying, so I can have a bit of clarity myself. So before I speak on it, and then I'll be able to deliver it correctly.
It's just I warn you in the future, Matt. Don't like. I mean, future opponents of boxers who are big punchers, who are knockout artists. Don't accuse them of loading the raps or being on something.
Oh yeah. That's what they love doing, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be the next one. Another gate. Oh God, we're talking about gates. We'll bring on to about all of these gates.
Do you remember the time, right? Do you remember the time when when you're in school, and you remember the black guys? We're built differently from our European.
Well, I went to a girls'
countries.
school. I don't remember black guys there.
Right. Like when some black guys, right, when they're 14, they look like they're 19, 20.
Yeah.
They're around their back are growing, but they're not fully grown. So they go,
well, I noticed that with the white lads as well, though. No, I noticed that with white lads as well, though. They had full beards.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Some people, I think what's happened is that because his power is so unique, people just don't understand it. Something's going on there. How does he hit so hard? How is it when I hit him with those combinations, it bounces off him? He's walking through everything. Like when he fought. You remember when he fought? The funny thing that makes me laugh, right? There wasn't this energy when he fought. Anthony Yard. None of this.
No,
this
saying it
something
was
unique.
the same thing.
Couldn't fighter. Callum Smith's like, dare I say it? Oh, he's got to knock him out because he's a better fighter than Yard. And look at what happened with Callum Johnson. It's all got a bit confident because the thing is about it is that with a player like that, people don't know how to fight this guy, what to do. Remember Joe Smith? He tried to go toe to toe with him. Lasted 2 rounds.
Yep. He got obliterated, man.
People just don't know how to do this guy.
Wasn't it?
See, it's like the thing is when you try to go to see the things when you go toe to toe with Beterbiev, what I've noticed about his opponents, like he hits you and his opponents kind of padding due to the power, like the pain they feel from the power. His power
too quick,
and then they immediately shell up. Then like they shell and Beterbiev just puts like body punches, counters, like just really lights you up, and then like they crumble in
crippled, they with fear, kind of like.
Just imagine getting hit like that. It's probably nothing like they've ever felt before. You know what I mean?
D-Star thinks Froch's resume is great. I wouldn't say great. It's okay. It's not great though. Well, maybe I'll do a resume deep dive on him anyway. I will.
Why don't we do one of him against Joe Calzaghe? How about that?
Yeah,
he has fought a range of people. He has tested himself. You can't say
great though. I'd say he's got a decent resume. I don't know if it's great. I don't know. Maybe I need to look more into it. I don't think it was great. Froch.
Deep dive.
Do you think it deserves high water, Matt? Do you think it deserves to be like it's Hall of Fame great?
Yeah, I think so. He fought his peers. And he
did fight everyone, didn't he? Did he fight everyone?
This is what we ask for fight fans to fight
as well, didn't he? He did unify as well, didn't he? He's unified.
To fight everybody, to take on all comers. We've got to reward these things. We've got to.
Maybe I'm just a bit spoiled now with the whole.
Chad, you just don't like Carl, huh? You just don't like Carl,
huh? Who I can compare it to. So maybe it's just. Don't mind me. Because to me, I will put Carl Froch in the same realms as who I'm talking about. So I don't know. That's just me.
You're a resume snob now. You're a resume
snob. That's what we do. A bitch levels up and then everything's trash. No, I'm joking. I just didn't. I did it at the time when he got inducted. I actually did a report on him and said, congratulations and that. And even though I don't really care for him that much, but I mean, I just never thought he was like Hall of Fame worthy like that. I never have. But yeah, like you said, AJ, resume deep dive on the.
Let's go,
baby!
Let's go!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a resume deep dive on that.
Nice. He did unify though. So
yeah, we'll do that. Him with Joe Calzaghe. Oh, Leon, if you calm down, you calm down. Okay, so high water, he said. Josh, I will check out that fight. Shouts out to you as well. Have I got? We got. Hang on, I was just looking at the chat. So D-Style, I get you, D-Style. Yeah, I get you. All right, I give him that. He's fought undefeated fighters, about three undefeated. I got you. Please press the like button. It's the like button. So we got, hi, we got enough Leon. Our other Leon is in the beauty as well. What up, Leon? Evening, LadyChann. You are glowing tonight. Evening, guy. I'm sweating. No, I'm joking. Am I glowing? Must be the lighting.
Yes.
The lighting. Am I glowing? Is it that soul glow?
So glow.
So glow. Thanks, Lee. You always come through and say the nicest of things. You do. Okay. Look at
By
me.
the way, Chad, did you guys review the fight, or
what'd you say?
Did you guys review the fight in detail, or no? Or do we still have to do that?
Which fight?
Beterbiev and Smith, because just
What have you done?
We kind of. It was all used ridiculing my scoring of it, I think.
Oh, I mean, well, no, I didn't go in depth in talking about it.
You go, AJ.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, well, not much to dissect. Not much to dissect. Callum Smith got his ass whooped, more or less. It's just he just didn't have an answer for everything, for Beterbiev. I mean, Beterbiev had the answers to everything Callum Smith tried to do. Just got mauled down, walked down, countered, lit up with body shots, hooks. And he just broke down round by round. Callum tried to fire back in certain rounds. Maybe you could say that was the round 2 that he gave most people, but none of it affected Beterbiev in the slightest. Went back to work. And Buddy McGirt wisely stopped in the 7th. I predicted he would. I mean, because I thought, him being in the corner.
Didn't you?
Yeah. I said, he's going to step in because he was in the corner of that fighter that passed. So Maxim Dadashev. So I said he's going to step in. That's exactly what he did. Callum tried. It was a game effort, but it just wasn't enough. And in hindsight, Anthony Yard did a lot better than he did. Credit to him, he did way better, a lot better.
Anthony Yard did way better. Where we keep it at that, he did way better on that.
Totally agree.
Yep.
Yeah, Anthony Yard. I just hated how it ended, but I predicted it was going to end like that. But he did way better. But
that's the second time now a trainer has stepped in to stop the fight.
With a yeah, that shows the guy's a beast. He's a monster. Oh yeah, actually, I do need to bring up this Anthony Yard thing as a caveat. That Tunde was on the other day saying that he feels that Anthony Yard is due a rematch with Beterbiev.
Oh, hell to the no. Are you crazy?
You pulled him out.
Are you crazy, bro?
That's just like what it's the school of Frank Warren. Me and Tyson. So at the end of the day, we're going to lobby a complaint for Daniel Dubois for Usyk at the WBA because that definitely wasn't a low blow. It wasn't a low blow. So that's coming from the school of Frank Warren, right? We don't want to hear it. Once you pull a fighter out or a fighter quits, you can't warrant a fucking rematch.
No,
you
absolutely not.
Jaya, you stop.
By the way, Chad, nice impression. It was kind of like Frank was sick there.
Do you think they will do a Smith versus Yard fight?
I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, right. Leon, have you been hearing about Queensberry versus Matchroom? You must have heard about.
We'll talk about that a bit as well. But
yeah. That's I like that 5 versus 5 thing.
Right.
Yeah, the 5 and 5. I mean, I Smith and Yard, and I would have Yard winning.
Yeah, so would I. Yeah, just based on styles.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry to change the subject, although it's quite relevant.
Yeah.
Isn't Oscar De La Hoya a pork chop?
What do you do now?
In a pork shop.
What do you do now?
The way LadyChann will fill you in the garbage he came out with.
Which bit on the talking about which fight though?
No, he was talking about fight. He's trying to say about slagging off all the big fights going to Saudi Arabia and saying,
yeah.
Oh, that.
It's nice to know you, Oscar. Bye. bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
one of his fighters get a slice of that pie and he gets a bit of a cut. Then all of a sudden he'll have a.
Oh yeah. Saudi's great for boxing, man. Yeah, like
I mean, but did you see?
Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh, I'd like to thank him.
Did you see? Yeah, did you see Turkey? He was just like, what was his reply? He was like to Oscar when it was brought up by Gareth A. Davies.
The hell's his problem? Why don't he want to go to Saudi for?
What did he respond about Oscar's thing? And he said,
something like goodbye, nice knowing you, mate.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it was such a good one-liner. It was such a good comeback, and I didn't think that Turkey Al Sheikh was going to actually have a comeback, and that was at the Joshua Ngannou presser, which we can talk about that as well.
At the moment, I'm saying at the moment, I don't know if this is permanent. I hope it is permanent because I'm all for boxers getting what they deserve.
Right.
At the moment, the money's in Saudi Arabia. What's the guy talking about? Was he? That's where the money is, man.
Not like he usually does. That's why.
Yeah, Matchroom are there. You know, Frank Warren's there. If boxers ever get their act together, they'll be out there soon as well. If they can get their act together,
follow suit. Even PBC fighters are going. PBC fighters are going over there.
They're going over there. Yeah, Oscar's just being Oscar at this point. I don't understand how we did know that Oscar. Let me just reiterate that on Twitter, Oscar De La Hoya has blocked me. I've never said anything to him. I've never tweeted at him. I've never.
You must have liked when he got blown out.
I say that again. Like, who said what?
You must have been watching the shows and thought, I don't need this.
Well, do you think, Lee, he must have watched one of the shows and thought, no, I don't need her around there. So what? You may as well.
If you've never tweeted him or anything,
ever, and you don't even hear me slander him like that, like ever, like no, I don't. That was he. I remember I used to follow him, and then I was like, no, I've never unfollowed him, and then I was like, how come? I saw all the controversy. When he was talking about, I think, what was it? A few weeks back, about a month ago, when he was talking about, say it?
The Garcia controversy at the press conference.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
How comes I'm not seeing none of his tweets? So I go on his Oscar De La Hoya. Remember I brought you on the show. Oscar De La Hoya has blocked you. I'm like, why? What did I do? That's weird.
I got.
Get the fuck out of here, man. It's my night. Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
Everyone gets blocked bad these days. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey, how you doing, LadyChann?
Yeah, good. All good in hood. We were just talking about Oscar De La Hoya blocking me on Twitter yet again.
Yeah, I heard.
What do you think it is, Kenny Ken?
Say it again.
Everyone gets blocked.
Oh,
Kenny, why does he think Oscar De La Hoya has blocked me? Yeah, it weren't definitely not a great thingy. I think he's
Look, some people block. You can get blocked by if you upset a mate of his and the mate's showing the tweet, you'll get blocked. I've been blocked by a footballer because I slagged off his teammate. You know what I mean?
I've done nothing of the sort. I've done nothing of the sort, honestly. I'm hardly on Twitter. See me. I tweet
one of his fighters, Shan. You might have had to go one of them.
I'm not. Those that follow me on Twitter, AJ and Kenny Ken. Yep. Am I really on Twitter a lot, or am I mainly a post interact with a couple people and I bounce for days?
Like you post every now and then, but it's never like So
who's with Golden Boy Promotions? Who won that? Did you slag off a Harlow Davis because he won a Golden Boy contract?
No,
didn't he?
that was a month ago. I've slagged off everyone from every promotional company. Why they all block me?
Speaking of Harlow Davis, you didn't have to slag him off. Everybody's doing that. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, he probably himself. Hey, Claymore, there you are. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's quite strange. Yeah.
Don't feel bad, child. I've been blocked for no reason at all. Like literally.
No, I don't feel bad. It's just weird. Yeah, it's just weird because I was showing Shane something. I was like, oh yeah, look on this Oscar, and then he was like, Oscar De La Hoya has blocked you.
Y'all want to hear a reason why I got blocked? Y'all want to hear a reason why I got blocked? It's so ridiculous.
Probably because of Shane.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it. We already said it. We spoke about it. It's probably because of Shane. So instead of blocking him directly, so it doesn't look so bitch ashes, he's probably just thought, let me block her instead.
Yeah, because that's true. They do have a little thing going on, huh? Him and Shane.
What are you doing me?
Well, I thought they were cool. Well, I thought they were cool too. What's going on? Really? They got some beef?
Still salty. Oscar's still salty. Still doing it.
Is it from the losses all those years ago? Or what?
All of that. All of that. Yeah, all of that.
I mean, Oscar's been somebody who's done things in the past 3 to 5 years where accountability has been part of his MO. Like, you know, and he's not gonna take that lightly. If you're holding him accountable in any kind of way, he's gonna blame you and point the finger out. I mean, the man blames his mother for who he is. What do you think he's gonna do to Shane?
Oh wow.
I probably just got blocked this right now.
You probably blocked me.
I'm like, y'all want to hear why I got blocked? It's so ridiculous. I mean, one time, like after Anthony Yard lost to Beterbiev, I proposed a match on Twitter. I just put like, wouldn't this be nice, Joe Smith Jr. versus Anthony Yard? So I guess some guy he jumps in my chat or my he posts, oh, Yard has a chin, Joe Smith wouldn't stand a chance, and I just responded, Yard got knocked out by a jab, LOL, and the guy blocked me.
Who blocked you? Yard?
No, the guy who said that. I mean, some guy's trying to tell me that like it wouldn't be competitive because Anthony Yard has a chin, and I said Anthony Yard got knocked out by a jab, LOL, and the guy blocked me after that.
That is some. You've got some really sensitive lads in this.
like it's like really for that? Like
you've got sensitive people in this space.
I mean, is it true? It's true, isn't it? I mean, did I not tell the truth? Or did I lie?
Even if they thought it wasn't true, why are they blocking you?
They're doing it because they've gotten used to so-called blocking that bad energy. So it's like, I don't got to deal with you. I'm just going to block you, which is true. But I mean, I thought the block button was really made for like excessively like abusive people online. But now people would just become trigger happy and you just use it just because you don't like their shirt. Hey man, that shirt don't really look good on you. What? Block. I don't need that negative energy.
Yeah.
God, man, for real.
Back in the day, I was known to utilize the block button at whim.
Yeah.
I heard it was raining in your neighborhood. Is it still raining over there? Excuse me? Raining? Block. I don't need that negative energy in my life.
Yeah. I don't need all the, it's just
it's going to get to a point where you start complimenting people. You get blocked for that. Hi, I like your dress, or I like your shirt. Block.
My therapist told me I don't need to deal with this stuff.
Yeah, I like your shirt. You're really lying. Block.
I heard the sarcasm in your voice. Me and my therapist talked about people like you all day yesterday.
140 characters. I heard the sarcasm. I heard it, even though it was only typed. Come on.
That's the whole point, isn't it? When you're dealing with text, it's easy to just put whatever context you like behind it. So sometimes you can say something and you mean the complete opposite, and they just take it a certain way.
I mean, Lee, but with Oscar De La Hoya, I mean, I've really not did. You know me, I will say if I did, I've really not done nothing about no Oscar De La Hoya.
It must be Shane. That's the only. It must be.
It's probably, I think it's Shane.
Might be him. Yeah, might be him.
It's Shane. I'm on sure Shane.
But why would you do that? That's even weirder.
Hey, Lisa.
That's got nothing to do with you. Like
I know. Weren't even around when it was your all's beef. Y'all are older than me. I wasn't there.
It's a shame that fight didn't happen.
You're here now. You're here now.
Now, and it was over because they a third fight, and Shane said, "Well, if you're not going to give me fucking 10 million this time for the third one, and you keep giving Oscar like the more money, and he's the one that's lost twice. Why should I do a third fight?" And they still wanted to pay Oscar more than Shane.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
way more than Shane.
That's
way more. So Shane was like, well, that doesn't, and they wanted to pay Shane way little bit. So he's like, well, there's no point. So
what was that supposed to take place?
Yeah, so that was contention. Yet again, nothing to do with little old Shanny. I haven't spoke about that. Didn't know about it.
When was that supposed to take place?
There's no riding the fence in boxing beef.
When Chan? When was that third fight supposed to take place?
Not too. Maybe if couple years after the second.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, couple of years after the second fight. I mean, yeah, again, that's nothing to do with me. So hey ho, yeah, that's a bit wild to me. But
yeah, holding Oscar accountable, and I think he's trying to. But shout out to Oscar De La Hoya because I see him trying to do things with Golden Boy Promotions, and he's trying to seem to get some life back in the Golden Boy. I don't think Bernard's helping him in that too much, but because he's on his own rant as well. Bernard's doing his own thing over there. But I'm interested in Saudi Arabia and the way they're moving right now, and the way His Excellency spoke yesterday in reference to Oscar De La Hoya's perspective on Saudi Arabia's.
What was the thing that he said? It was the counter punch that was so sick.
Right. So Oscar basically was in an interview, it was at the Virgil Ortiz fight where he talked about, they asked him how he felt about what's going on in Saudi Arabia. And he said he had no problems with it for real. But the only issue he just felt like as far as the American fights were concerned, he was concerned that those fights would start leaving the States and start heading overseas. And he felt like Americans should have access to those fights and they really should be in Vegas. So he's basically saying moving them to Saudi Arabia, he doesn't know how on board he is with that. And they asked Turki Al-Sheikh how he felt about it. And he said, what did he say? He said, we'll miss you, Oscar.
It was a good rebut. It was just like, well, don't. It wasn't like don't come here. It was something like
it was a you're going to become irrelevant reply. It was we'll miss you. We will miss you, Oscar.
Yeah, right? That was. Yeah. We will miss you, Oscar. Yeah,
I thought that was like a bar, like the bomb dropped on there. I'm like, oh.
But I mean, the Oscar better satisfied because Saudi is becoming the new Vegas in terms of fights, man. Seriously, it really is.
It is.
The money's there, the politics are left, and the best are fighting the best. What they're doing right now is they're only able to do what they're doing because in America, fighting has become currency over legacy.
So I mean, let's be honest. Would a card like the Day of Reckoning ever have taken place in America?
Never, impossible. Way too much money.
I've got a question for the US-based people then. So when the fight started to move from, say, New York and going to the casinos, were people complaining then? Like, do people always just complain in boxing when there's a change, when the big fight venues or the money changes the fights to a different location? Is this just what standardly happens?
I mean, Leon, I'm an American, and as long as I have access to watch these fights, I don't care where they're at.
Exactly. That's just the truth of the matter. The reality is the only people complaining are the promoters. That's who's complaining because the promoters are losing their power and they're losing their leverage. That's who's upset at all these changes. It's just more competition for them. The more competition for them, the more they're going to complain. That's all.
Yeah, you lot be boo-hoo-hooing, ain't ya?
Yes, nobody's coming.
I mean, but it looks like they want to do their own like kind of super series. Like, so this brings us on to
the 5-5.
Let's remind people that we're at the weekly wrap up. Shiggity shout. Okay, so.
Oh, that's sick.
Another one. You like that one? Shouts out my graphic designer. He's amazing.
He's doing the work. Yeah.
I mean, he putting work in, man. Props to him.
Yeah. No, I put money in his pocket. That's why.
Yes.
Let's not get that bit twisted. But no, he's amazing. I love him. He's a great graphic designer, and that's his real job in real life. So it's not like this is his hobby. This is what he does in real life. So yeah, shouts out to Artie. Yeah, his name Art Guard. So go look him up. Also, okay, so Queensberry versus Matchroom. Let's talk about that. Who wants to start? So we start with Leon. Introducing the fight, earlier on.
I think I said the Anthony Callum Smith. would be good because we were discussing it after the Beterbiev fight. That we were saying Anthony Yarde needs to face some domestic opposition to see where he is in the domestic scene.
Oh yeah, do you remember our big back and forth about that, Lee?
Yes, I remember.
Lord God, Leo didn't come to be agreeable. Leo was like, no, I don't get that. But I got what you were saying, and so where did my pen go? I got what you were saying in some regards, but then in some other regards, and Leon was like, no, Shan, you're contradicting yourself. I was like, I don't understand. Yeah, we was just saying about Anthony Yarde's trajectory of how he's did the run into being a bit backwards. But in saying that, that's neither here or there. Queensberry versus Matchroom. Okay, go ahead, Lee. I'm trying to find where the fuck my pen disappeared to.
They're saying they've got 5 fights, so I'm guessing that they're hoping to do Joshua Fury, and they want 4 other fights to go on the undercard. So I'm thinking the one that stood out for me was Anthony Yarde and Callum Smith, as in Queensberry versus Matchroom. I haven't given much thought to what the other 3 fights would be because. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I just had a question. So this was in reference to Turkey Al-Sheikh, basically saying that he wanted to have like 5 fights. So we're looking for like 5 fighters from Queensberry and 5 fighters from Matchroom to face each other on the card. Okay.
Yes. In the UK scene, we've kind of been wanting them to work together and put fights together, and Frank Warren suggested it before, but it kind of nothing materialized from it. So it's kind of been something brewing for 2 or 3 years now. Whereas Turkey Al-Sheikh saying, let's put this money together and let's get it done. But the landscape's kind of changed a bit then. A lot of Matchroom fighters, when they went to the zone, Sky with Boxer took a big chunk of Matchroom stable. So now we're trying to figure out what would be the 5 fights that they will do. I'm guessing that Matchroom or Queensberry would take some fighters on that they don't actually have signed at the moment. So we're going to actually get some fights that we wouldn't think of now because people that aren't with Queensberry or Matchroom would actually join them to get on this card. But yeah, so it's just an interesting thing. It's something we've been looking for in the UK for a while, but it probably means nothing to people in the US or anywhere else in the world.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, you got some fights lined up, or are we trying to do it right now off the hip?
Yeah, we're just trying to guess what they would be because they've not said. We're guessing it's Fury and Joshua as the heavyweight,
as the headliner. Well, I guess we're just assuming Joshua's going to beat Francis, right? So,
well, I'm thinking even if
we ran over Francis. Francis like, well, hold on, what about me? What if I bust you?
Even if they lose, even if he loses, even if they both lose, I think they'll still do the fight because you know
think they'll still do Josh. What? You don't think it'll be for a championship?
They'll still do the fight. We'll still watch it in the UK. We'll still want to know who's better between Joshua and Fury, even if they lose.
Okay.
We still want to see the fight. It's been brewing for years.
Okay.
So
you think that'll be the headliner then, on one way or the other? That would be the headliner for that card.
I mean, the only way I can describe it is Amir Khan and Kell Brook. I remember Terence Crawford was there. And somebody said it. They was like, you had this great fighter in Terence Crawford looking around, seeing the love and support the Brits are giving these 2 aged fighters that are fighting for nothing. And he's thinking, I don't get this love in America myself. You know, he saw 2 over-the-hill fighters fighting for no belts getting more love than what he gets seen outside of Omaha. And he was just been looking around saying, like, the fight scene in the UK, the fans are just so much better than in the US. Like we don't.
Yep.
If they've lost.
I mean, Leon, I've actually said that in the past. That Terence Crawford was British.
Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Oh no, Chan, you good? I was just saying that Terence. I've said in the past that Terence Crawford was British. He'd be a lot more popular.
Yeah,
he would.
Love him.
Now, do you think it'll be a fight in each of the weight classes, or are we talking about like a heavyweight card here?
Yep, no, because let me just check. IFL did put up on Instagram the potentials. Did you see him, Kenny, today? The
I
potential.
think I've got something now. I've got something there. You know, obviously, you know what Michael Benson is really good on Twitter. He's like, you know, like he's got a lot of followers, and he does, you know, come up with breaking news, and he's actually got some suggestions. Some fights you're gonna think, yeah, come off it, but he's got Anthony Yarde versus Callum Smith. He's got Sam Noakes versus Andy Cruz, Nicky Ball versus Ray Ford, Liam Davis versus Shabazz Masood, and he's got a women's bout. Raven Chapman versus Guy Nicholson.
Oh,
obviously,
I like that one. I like that last one.
But obviously, obviously people suggested, hang on here, the fight that everyone wants is Eddie Joshua versus Tyson Fury, and you know, Leon's right. Us Brits, we don't care whether a belt's online. There's an itch that we need to scratch. It's all over our body, and we just need to scratch it. We just want to find out. You know, there's a lot of people who are anti-Joshua fans are thinking, hang on here, why are these Tyson Fury fans just thinking that Tyson Fury is the best thing since sliced bread? He ain't proved it. You know, why are they saying that Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua in 6 rounds and other?
And by the way, Claymore, Kenny is a Tyson Fury fan, so just
and Josh AJ fans think, hang on here, AJ's got concussive power. Tyson Fury's bitch has been put down. Let's find out. So you don't need a title for that.
Right.
But
what I'm saying is, I know it's not about the title, but I'm saying because Francis Ngannou got a little bit of a bone to pick with Tyson Fury too, a little bit, right? So if Francis Ngannou was to beat Anthony Joshua, which I want to go on record, I don't think he will. I think Anthony will win that fight. But if Francis wins the fight, does Francis have a right to claim that spot and say, listen, man, you guys got to settle down another time. Me and Tyson Fury got smoked. We need to got wrinkles we need to iron out. How does Britain feel about that, or is it more important, even though in the loss?
No, I think Francis said if he wins, he could do a Joshua rematch out in like Cameroon or something. That's what he was saying.
Okay.
Really? Is that what he said?
At the press conference, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
You know what it is. You know, it's as Brits, we're very pessimistic about Tyson Fury's love for the great game of boxing. We don't, you know, there's a few people in the UK who think, you know what, he's meant to be fighting Usyk on the 17th of next month. A few Brits are saying we wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Fury pulls out the fight and just says, right, I've had it with boxing, I'm retiring. We're questioning at the moment his motivation. You know what I mean?
So basically, a race to him aging himself out. You want to get it as soon as possible.
Yeah, we need that. We need that Joshua Fury fight like yesterday.
Right. Yes, I understand. That makes
sense. And also this. Okay, well, I guess they better come up with a better matchups than that, and even this undercard for the Joshua Ngannou is bad. It's pants. It's really bad.
Co-main is good.
You get that
Co-main.
Let me take this call.
Someone's calling her.
No, go ahead. Let's cook.
Now, as far as the card is concerned, I don't know if you guys answered it before, but so is this necessary that is it all the weight classes potential can have potential fighters in them, or?
I think Michael Benson's just throwing things out there. I don't think anything's official because the thing about it, right, is that the elephant in the room with Callum Smith and Anthony Yarde is Callum Smith. It's all about money, isn't it? Is Callum Smith going to want to fight Anthony Yarde and less money than what he got for Beterbiev?
Yeah,
he didn't sound too excited to come back even after the fight he just had with Beterbiev. He pretty much was like, if I don't see myself being a champion, I don't want to do this no more.
I mean, if it's on a Saudi card, I'm assuming the Saudis will pay him a lot more for that fight than he just got for the fight.
But
maybe that'll entice him to take the fight.
Definitely. But if he's not top of the bill, then he's going to have less money.
Well,
I think he's going to take a big money offer for Callum Smith to agree to fight Anthony Yarde all day long. But then again, Anthony Yarde sees him, may say that fight's beneath him as well because hang on it. I thought Beterbiev, and if he's Tunde's anything to go by, he's going to hang on here. I want to fight for our title. Why am I fighting an emulator? You know what I mean? against Callum Smith when I'm better than Callum Smith. So Callum Smith's yesterday. I need to be fighting. Either him or Beterbiev or Bivol. I think that's both fighters' line of thinking about more anti-Yard than I think anti-Yard's going to need a considerable amount of money to be persuaded to take that fight. So will Callum Smith Jr. I think motivation would be key for both fighters. I don't think Callum Smith's going to be motivated for that fight, personally.
Right.
So that's an open go for anti-Yard to take him out and retire from boxing.
What's the verdict on Dillian White? Is he just like gone now? Have you guys disowned him yet, or
we don't know
what's going on with him?
No one knows.
He's quiet and he's kind of let it blow over. I mean, once it's enough water's gone under the bridge, I think he'll appear and try and maybe get on one of these Saudi undercards or something. He's just kept really quiet about things.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I mean, because we don't know, like, was he suspended indefinitely or something?
What's the suspension in boxing?
He's done radio silence on it. He's blocked everyone else from speaking about it. Eddie Hearn says he can't speak about it. He doesn't know. So he's just really just battened down the trenches, raised the drawbridge, kept quiet, and when he's ready, he'll lower it. He's acting like he's under siege. No one comes in, no one goes out. And when he's ready, we'll hear something.
I think that's like, even his fighters are fighting. Normally you hear Dillian, he's not even talking about his own fighters that he manages. Yeah, it's all quiet down there in South London, in Brixton down there. But I don't know. If he does go back to Matchroom,
if he does go back to Matchroom, that's another fight that could be against Queensberry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. They can use him. They can put him on the card.
Who's he fight? Bacole? Is Bacole with Queensberry?
No.
Or is he with Boxer?
I think he's with Boxer. He's with Boxer.
Yeah. So So David Adelaide.
I think he's fighting somebody. A fight with it was announced. I forget which card, but he's going to be. I'm not sure.
What about Joe Joyce then? Joe Joyce.
He's going to be back. He's fighting March 16th. He's going to be fighting Cash Ali.
Yes.
And do we have any dates in mind as far as months, like when they were thinking about doing this card? Is this going to be summer? I guess
I would assume summertime, because like they already got a lot of stuff coming up in the spring, so that's pretty stacked. So maybe summer.
So what's Philip Hrgovic's schedule looking like? Because I know last I heard he was supposed to be maybe doing Anthony Joshua, but that's obviously not happening.
No, he's free at the moment. He's not doing nothing. He has nothing planned out, I don't think.
Just sitting on rank. He's fighting. He's fighting for Joseph Parker.
Yeah, that's the co-main to Ngannou, Joshua Ngannou.
Okay, are there any?
Did anyone see the conference?
Are there any belts on the line in that fight?
Sorry,
for the Joshua for the Zang Parker fight.
Right.
Zang's interim title is on the line for the WBO.
The WBO interim.
Yep.
Okay.
Did anyone see the press conference? Was he saying that he wants the winner of Ngannou or Joshua Ngannou to face the winner of Fury Usyk?
Who? What
That's
the?
Yes, is that what he was saying?
What did he say? Yeah, he wanted the winner to whoever's going to win out of Fury and Usyk, out of Joshua and who is it? Joshua and
Francis Ngannou. Which would be crazy if Francis Ngannou gets a shot at the undisputed championship.
Wow, man.
3 fights in his career.
Yeah, whether he wins or not, like that run.
I mean, is Francis Ngannou the luckiest guy in the planet right now? I mean, to just have
I'm a fan of
fight with Fury and Joshua. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely a fan of him. His story is amazing.
Yeah, his story's amazing, mate. I gotta give him.
They need to make a movie on him.
Yeah, there's got to be a biopic. There's got to be a biopic on Francis Ngannou. I'm sure one's in the making. I'm almost sure.
This guy just hit the jackpot, man. The lottery for real.
He did.
He's not going to beat Joshua, is he? Surely Joshua's going to win on points comfortably or stop him.
Certainly, I don't know if it's certainly, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. But certainly, I don't know.
Certainly in boxing, but for the most part, he'll win.
I can't say long. And guy's got really long arms, and he can fight. But has he got a I want to say a boxing brain because I think that's just impertinent to say. But has he got a plan, a boxing plan? You know, in terms of
well, let's put it like this, right? Anthony Joshua is back with Ben Davidson.
Yeah,
he's claiming to be back to his old self, right?
Yeah.
I think his old self is the most dangerous version of himself, but I also think the old self is the most vulnerable version of himself, right? Because he's basically gonna stop being he's gonna stop being so defensive and he's gonna become more offensive, from what I can tell. That he's gonna start taking advantage of his power more. Now, somebody like Francis Ngannou, you know, his worst nightmare is somebody like Tyson Fury, who's going to be defensively responsible and make him have to box and make him have to be more cautious. Francis Ngannou's fight is the fire fight, is the fight of punch.
Ben Davison are aware of this. I think what Anthony Joshua was saying is like Ben Davis said, you're a massive lump, you're a unit, you knock people out. But it doesn't mean that he hasn't incorporated having still defensive skills, which he always had anyway, and just a bit more tweet. Don't think he's going to run in there and steamroll Francis Ngannou. I think he's going to with that triple up on
the jab. Do that either. I don't think he's going to do that either.
But he's going to have to trade at some points, isn't he not?
He will. I mean, like I think early on,
that's what I'm saying.
Once he gets a taste of AJ's power, that's he's going to be he's going to not want to. He's not going to want to taste that.
I don't know. I don't know if I subscribe to that. I think that man lived in the desert for like 40 days and 40 nights. You know what I mean? Like ran around cells. He's not going to run away from getting punched in the face. He's been kicked in the face. You're going to have to stop him. You're not going to scare him and change him into like this cautious fighter. He's going to trade. And that's where his best opportunity is. So that's why I said it's definitely not certainly, because
he's got underrated inside game though. He does.
AJ's inside game is a good inside game. Yeah, it is. I'll give it.
We know about Ngannou, he's got power. We know he's got power.
Hella power.
So I think that's why the fight's sellable and it's an exciting prospect. Where when you have people buying tickets, you have people buying tickets. One ultimately for a for a knockout, but there's always going to be someone saying Anthony Joshua should win, but if Ngannou catches you, you don't know. You know that kind of fury. I think that's what this fight's all about. How will Anthony Joshua take, his power? And that's the thing. That's what sells this fight.
It's the two Africans.
Yeah. I think the fight depends on Anthony Joshua without a doubt. If Anthony Joshua is trying to make a statement, which is what Ben Davidson seems to want to communicate, that they definitely looking to knock him out.
Yeah.
I think you give Francis Ngannou an opportunity to do something that Tyson Fury would have never given Francis Ngannou an opportunity to do. Because we have to. I know we don't like to acknowledge it as boxing fans. It can be kind of like a little bit of an arrogance to say that Francis Ngannou is like this guy who came out of nowhere and has no fighting history, but he does. We know that. We know that he came from the UFC, that he's knocked out people before, although the gloves are different and the setup is different. Trading with Francis Ngannou, I don't know how safe and sound that is to get you to where you want to be, which is fighting Usyk or Tyson Fury for the undisputed.
Don't do it, Joshua.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I think Joshua's going to look to boxers and just break him down. That's what I think. Yeah.
I think he'll just outbox and make
try to break him there. Try to anyway. So yeah,
make him look like
Test your might. Test your luck. Finish him.
I don't know. Will it be a stoppage or will it not be a stoppage?
I think he stops him. I think Anthony Joshua stops him.
Yeah, I think so. They'll probably mid to late. I'd say
that's what I think.
It's a 10-rounder.
Yeah,
so
I think the class will show in the mid rounds. Then he'll just break him down until he gets to stoppage. So
that's what I see.
I think it'll be competitive at first. Joshua will fill him out. Then I think he'll just really start taking placing his shots, landing his shots, breaking them down. Then but I'm curious to see how Francis is going to respond to him. That's it, because everybody thinks he's he's a big unit, which he is. But but it's the fact that AJ hits a lot harder than Fury. So Fury could have put a dent in this guy. We know that. But I think AJ could. He could.
Yeah. He could. Well, you better hope he fights.
if there's an
punch
opportunity for AJ to take him out early, take it early, mate. You know,
yeah. Don't waste time. Like seriously, like don't carry him if you. Yeah.
I don't think AJ wants to be there for overtime and be looking at him for 10 rounds. I think he may just try, like AJ said, couple feel out rounds, take it up to the 3rd round, start turning the screw then out by round 7, 6.
Honestly, like dude, like I think the performance will be reminiscent of in the Wilding performance that we just saw.
Yeah, kind of a continuation to that. Yeah. But it's 2 different fighters.
True
but I think AJ's gonna have to show that he's gonna have to make it like there's levels to this shit. And Ngannou, Tyson Fury was on a joke business with you. Don't get this twisted. This ain't how. This is what I do.
Like, he took you lightly. I'm not. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm not taking you lightly, but I'm letting you know there is levels to this, and you're not on mine. So I think it's going to be kind of that vibe. Yeah, smash the likes. Alon's so amazing. Hola, mi chamo. Yeah, smash that. Smash that.
I think that's
honestly, like I don't know.
To do that for sure.
Yep. Huh? I mean, I don't know if y'all agree with me, but
we don't.
No, I mean, but the fight I'm really intrigued on is Zang versus Parker. I am really intrigued by that fight, honestly.
Oh yeah, Zang Parker.
Like credit to both guys. They want all the smoke, man. Just Joe. I mean, what a run if Joe Parker beat Zilly Zang.
He's had a run, isn't it?
What a run, bro! Like seriously, and plus you'll beat the guy who knocked out the guy who knocked you out.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, please.
I'm not too funny, right? You know, all the kudos for beating Deontay Wilder. Congratulations for beating Deontay Wilder. Well done, mate. But I'm seriously, I don't see you beating Zang. I think Zang.
That's what I don't either, to a degree. I said the same thing, man. This could be a banana.
It's a stoppage for Zang. I really do. Zang hits hard and he hits accurately. You know what I mean? And he's relentless. Once he gets you hurt and keeps you in that pocket, it'll wear you down. You know what I mean? Joseph Parker, he doesn't have the power at this level to beat the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm here. I know. I thought somebody else was going to say something, but
it's just a phone call again. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I thought you put yourself on mute.
Yeah, I did.
No.
I was talking on mic. I was on mute. Go ahead.
That's what it was.
Claymore. Go ahead.
Sure. I think. I think Joseph Parker is. I think people look at that fight with Deontay Wilder and want to picture it as being a competitive fight. That Joseph Parker, well, not competitive, but like they want to give Joseph Parker a lot more credit for that fight.
It's just Wilder. Yeah,
because Wilder just wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's getting in the ring with a big puncher, a guy whose trajectory, momentum is taking him to championship fights. And I just don't see Zelly allowing Joseph Parker's overnight success with Deontay Wilder come and throw him off his square. I think he's going to make quick work of him. I don't think Joseph Parker wants any problem.
Double Olympian southpaw, double silver Olympian southpaw. I mean, this is a banana peel in all
and hits hard.
Who hits
real
hell
hard.
Up? Yeah, again, I mean, shouts out from taking the fight. I'm down with watching it, but I mean, I don't think it's just like a clear win.
But that'd be wild if you won, though. I don't think you will. I'm with y'all, but just imagine if you just, man, that'd be crazy.
I mean, you pretty much can say, is this like a 50-50-ish fight? Would it not be deemed?
I'd say 60-40 in Zang's favor. I'd say
60-40.
I'm honest. I'm saying 80-20 for Zang.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 70 to like 85. I don't know, like 80, 75, 20, 25. I think he's gonna walk through.
60-40 Zang.
Yeah, same with me. So.
To be honest. Yeah.
How do you see Joseph Parker winning the fight then? How about that?
He ain't got the right.
What do you see Joseph Parker winning it? How does he do it? What's his road to victory?
And he's got, again, revert back. It's got to be a stick and move one. Zang's slow. It's just got to be a stick and move. But Zang seems to close the distance without you. He's very deceptive. How he does close the distance. You think he's slow and like how you thought Joe Joyce is. Like Joe Joyce ran down Joseph Parker. So I don't know. Joseph Parker's going to have to really stick and move and just be on his toes. Do not come in over 245 pounds, sir. Don't you do it.
Don't do that. You do not do that.
He's going to come in big. He's going to come in big because it's saying he's going to come in big.
That's going to be his worst move. He did that.
That's going to be his undoing.
It's going to be his biggest undoing doing that. He needs to stay light-footed, mate. Light-footed, balls.
So you see him winning a decision?
He's going to have to, he ain't knocking Zang out. He's going to have to, he has to go the full 10 or 12 rounds.
Not saying it's impossible, but I think it's going to go the distance.
You couldn't even knock out 210-pound Wilder.
No, you're right. He couldn't.
He's got pillow fists.
Because by all means, like he should have had him out of there in that eighth, man. Like, really.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
But
when he landed that huge
kind of
overhand right,
evading it, like leaning back on those ropes, like the way he was doing it was kind of hard to get that leverage. But you know, at the end of the day, he doesn't punch that hard from my perspective. I never known.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He don't. So and Zang comes in at like 288 pounds.
Was it? Yeah, he's back. How's it? How tall? Like 6'8" or something.
6'4".
He's like 6'5".
6'6", something like that.
He's back 20 stone.
Yeah, he's 20 stone. Yeah. So I mean, Joe
boxing. Just box him. Try to box him.
Just boxing.
How does the stone thing work? Like, can somebody explain to me, like, how do the stones work?
Oh, I do pounds. It's Kenny. I know. When I'm talking about weight divisions, I never do the UK way. I always do pounds. I cannot memorize what some equate to. If
it's 280 pounds, isn't he?
I know how much I weigh in stones, and I know how much I weigh in pounds. But if you say what is welterweight in stones, I can generally say it's about 10 stone, 3 pounds. But then if you just say, so what's 168 in stones, I can guess. But I just do it in pounds. I'm with Jar. I learn it in pounds. I do it in pounds. Yeah,
I never understood the stones. I'm like, how do you guys do the stones?
Yeah, I came up watching American boxing, so I never did stones. I did pounds. Kenny Ken, how do you do the stones? There's 16 pounds to a stone.
Is it 14 pounds to a stone? 14 pounds
to a stone.
So the Zang's about 280. I'll have him bang on 20 stone.
He's 20 stone. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So so that's how the stones work. And then sometimes they even do kilos. I'm like, oh, girl, bye, boy, bye.
Kilos just about
I don't do it. I don't know
126 or something.
I mean, Mike Tyson didn't come in being announced how many kilos he weighed, did he? And that's where I grew up watching. I just grew up watching it in pounds, all this kilo shit. Don't even know what I weigh in kilos.
There's another one that you need to get a side slam. And you're thinking, how can someone who's about 5'11" have all that power and have those long arms to knock out those big men? He's another one. He's just unique. Quick feet, quick hands, speed for a heavyweight. Unique.
But do you know Ngannou's actually got a longer reach by an inch than Joshua?
Yeah,
does he?
He's got short elbow. His elbows is like it's up here, and his arms just come down. See, he's got short elbows.
Yeah. I saw that today. I was like, oh, he's got a slightly longer reach. So Fury's 85, right? I think Fury's 85.
I've got no idea what Fury weighed in last time.
3 and Joshua's 82. Or is Fury 84, Lee? One of them.
I can't remember what he weighed in at last time.
No, meaning his reach, his arm reach.
Oh.
His arm reach is about 85 inches. Then Ngannou's 83 and then AJ's 82.
Tyson's 85, Fury's 85.
Yeah. So, but they've all got long levers, so it's going to be muy interesante, to watch this. 1 stone equals 14 pounds. Thank you, Ahmed. What Ahmed Kirami. Stands up. It doesn't want to do what it's got to do. Yeah. Okay. So also next on the docket is what did I have on to talk about that happened this week? Oh,
Crawford says
who?
bye to Spence. Crawford says bye to Spence.
Oh, yeah, Crawford. It says bye. Yeah, Crawford says bye to Spence. So we shall move to the next bit. Okie dokes. So, in a tweet, we see Crawford basically saying, you know, you lot were full of shit. It was hard work. But, you know, I'm out, all good, and wish you the best. Now, what do you guys think of this? Because it's kind of just been left like that. I want to hear everybody else's takes because I'm not quite sure what's led up to this. Who wants to go first? Claymore, let's go.
Okay. Yes.
Got a piece on it as well, haven't you, Claymore, on your channel? You did speak about this.
Right. So I think at the end of the day, this thing has been really around Errol Spence, right? Like, what is Errol really trying to do? He's letting everybody know that he has these injuries and that he's had all these ailments and situations that he's been trying to get through. And I guess, you know, if we're gonna guess at what he's saying, we're gonna say that he's kind of making excuses, right, for why his performance was last time. But we don't know if he's trying to say he's gonna be better now, or if he's just trying to speak to his fan base. I think at the end of the day, the fight is losing a lot of the steam on it. I don't think people are that interested anymore in it. I think people know what they need to know. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, has been going on, what, about 8 months now? 7, 8 months, waiting to see what Errol is going to do. Honestly, I think Terrence is on his way out the door. I think he's looking for a super fight with maybe trying to see if he can knock down a Canelo. And if that doesn't work, I think he's pretty much on his way out the door. Like he says, I'll be on vacation all 2024. And I think that means that what it looks like it means, which is the fight is probably not going to happen. You know, I think a lot of people are trying to make it happen still. The fan base of Errol Spence wants the fight to happen still, but I don't know. Has Errol Spence truly healed from the last fight? In combination, also, did he ever get any real opportunity to heal from the accident that he had? He might have some irreparable issues that he just can't get to 100%. And I don't think he thinks less than 100% of himself is going to beat Terrence Crawford. You know, I think he's just trying to be honest with himself and trying to be honest with the fan base. That's what I think.
Okay. So let's go with AJ. The good breakdown. AJ all day. What do you think?
I haven't really been following it too much, but if the rematch is off, I'm not, you know, surprised or just shocked per se. I was never keen on the rematch anyway, due to how the first fight went. Chan, you'll know that.
Yeah.
And just it's a good thing too because you know, if the rematch had gone ahead, Earl probably would end up getting cataract surgery on his other eye. You know what I'm saying? So you know. But yeah, I mean, if the rematch is off, I'm not shedding tears over it. Terrence needs to get on, move on to other things, and I'm with sorry, my bad. I'm Claymore. Yeah, I'm with Claymore. My bad, man. Yeah, just I'm with him. It's like Terrence just wants 1 or 2, maybe big more money fights. Then his foot is out the door.
Yeah,
but I mean, but the worst thing you do at the stage is staying active. So you know, I mean, because he is getting up there in age. So you know, but yeah, I just don't care about the rematch, pretty much. Just let's all move on.
Let's move on. Yeah. Look, Roland said, this man looks very professional for real. Like I could listen to this man making sense and looks very professional. Claymore's a new boxing content creator and he's got all his shit in chickadee check. He got his mic. He got his backdrop.
Very, very good setup. He looks a very good setup.
Great.
He
Oh, great.
Thank you.
thumbnails. Do you watch like YouTube School and then like all the content creators just to see what things work and stuff like that?
I've got a handful that I definitely pay attention to.
Yeah.
Like Showbiz and Blue's a good friend. You know what I mean? Blue helps me out as well.
Yeah. Does he
like
tell you
that.
what wordings to use, or do they do like?
Nah. That one is just me.
The SEO and all of this is so technical. I need to get onto it. I don't really, I have the tools to use it, but I just don't even fucking bother, but I should do.
Can I throw a curveball out there? A curveball? Here's a curveball for you guys real quick. The curveball is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are playing some sort of sick game on the fans and really they really have grasp and have an understanding of the fan bases that are at each other's throats, and they're building tension there. And maybe they do plan on fighting, you know what I'm saying? Like late spring, summer, maybe they do plan on it. I don't think that's what it is, but that's the curveball. That's the other side of it. The lies, the manipulation.
Yeah, and you never know, because I mean, it's kind of like Shields Baumgartner. I kind of think that's fake now, but we'll get to that. You never know. You never know. Everything's a possibility in boxing, but is it a probability? Probably not, but it's a possibility for sure. But yeah. I think basically I think Errol Spence did. I saw an excerpt on one of the channels, and he was just saying that he gave up a lot to get this fight done. He was trying to make it out like Terence Crawford was a diva. Listen, the stuff that you lot did to him.
Oh, please.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it. It sounds like you guys were the divas and all of that. Like you didn't want to fight.
You got more money than Crawford for that fight. You know what
I mean? Yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right, Ken. Yeah, he did, because he's the.
You don't think with the Errol Spence Jr. and I say it in a nice way for it's about Errol Spence Jr. the man that I'm more concerned with. There's some fights that are legacy fights, but there's fights which are I've got to retire fight. That was I got to retire fight.
Yeah.
Beating he took. Right. I don't know if they had that expression in USA, but let's be honest, right? We're all adults here. We're all men. And you're
except for me.
Errol Spence, Terence Crawford kicked the shit out of Errol Spence Jr. Let's just cut the crap. He kicked the shit out of him. He didn't just box him and beat him by superior boxing skills. He kicked the shit out of him. That badly, there is no need for a rematch. That fight was, I have to retire. I've done my best. I can't give any more to boxing. That was, I've got to retire fight.
Yeah.
As far as
I agree with you 100%.
Yep. I mean, Ngannou was so bad. Terrence won Performance of the Year for Ring Magazine. That's how bad it was.
No, let me tell you guys, man. The beating was a beating. It'd have been better if he just got knocked out like inside the first 3 rounds or so. I would have been more looking towards a rematch. But I'll be honest with you, that was a life-changing ass whooping. You know what I mean? Like life-changing, like quality of life-changing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what the next 10 to 15 years of this man's life is going to look like. He has children. You know what I mean? I'm from what I understand, he wants to get married to his fiance, his girlfriend, and she might want more children. He has a whole life outside of this. And like, I think you guys watched the Andre Ward interview that Andre Ward did.
No,
well, he basically, you guys should watch it. It's a real good interview.
Yeah. Was it on or Fight Hype?
Yeah, ultimately it was on Up with Smoke, Up in Smoke, the Smoke, All the Smoke. I can't remember. Yeah, those guys in the podcast. But he was basically speaking towards the quality of life and said, "Listen, man, this is going to be Terence Crawford doesn't fight any other way but one way, and Errol Spence only fights one way. They're going to collide, and it's going to be a hard fight. When you take a beating like that, Terence is just going to do it to you again. And you know, look at James Toney, look at Buster Douglas, look at Riddick Bowe. These are
Punchy.
people you need to look
Meldrick
at.
Taylor,
Super punchy.
him too.
Meldrick Taylor, exactly.
Well, I think I've already heard that. So, who said it? That he's already showing signs of neurological damage. Don't know if that's just from the fight and the car crash or either or, but he's starting to sound punchy. So we thought that.
Yeah, I mean, but Chan, you were saying that sorry to cut you off, Chan, but you were saying that earlier that Spence he was saying that acting like Bud was the diva. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
I mean, so let me get this right. So you literally made the man come to your own promotional company and network, and he's the diva.
I know.
Like how does that work?
Well, you know why he's the diva, and he's the diva. They're gonna always label him that way because they tried to put a price on him. He didn't agree with the price they tried to put on him. They tried to say his value was worth, but only a WBO belt, and that he had no type of legacy to bring to the table. He disagreed, showed them that he was willing to walk away because he already cemented his way into the Hall of Fame. He already did legacy. Errol Spence needed the legacy, and Errol Spence came to his right mind and said, hold up, I need this. I don't got time for this. I need to unify and I need to get out of 147 ASAP. I can't continue to keep doing these weight drains. Let's have the fight. Give him what he wants, Al. Let's make it happen. And then he got it, so now he's a diva. And he got to walk to the ring live. Okay, I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, it's no skin off my nose. I don't really want to see it a second time.
I'm going to tell you, they thought he was a diva. The moment I'm going to tell you when they thought he was a diva, when he won the coin flip. That annoyed the living daylights out of them.
Errol Spence brought that up. Who was going to, who was going to go up? Like it seemed like Errol Spence sounded mad salty in that.
You know what? If I was Bud,
the coin flip, Terrence Crawford became the A side at the coin flip. He literally became the A side, and Errol couldn't believe it. He's like, "What am I looking at right now? What just happened to me? I'm the B side." And Terrence was like, "Yeah, man, see you tomorrow night."
Yeah,
I don't really think it mattered. I mean, if I was Bud, I'd have been like, if I was Bud, I'd have been like, all right, well, you want to, even if you won the coin flip, be like, I don't really care. You can go first. I'm still going to whoop your ass. So it's not going to make a difference.
If I was confident in what I was going to do.
You still get your ass whooped, but you can go first. You can go first to last. I don't care who goes for first to last. I'm still whooping your ass.
I'm going to whoop your ass and throw you in the trash.
It had to be a mental thing to know that he had to come out first, and then for Bud to come out with Eminem.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it was Bud's night from the beginning. That just had to be annoying, knowing that. Come on, because legitimately, between everybody on this panel here, we know Errol was the A side. Legitimately, in a legitimate way, he was the A side. He gave into all these things, and it just went against him. It just blew up in his face.
Yeah.
He's the A. Do I sound bad going? But it's debatable.
Well, in terms of pay-per-view buys, in terms of pay-per-view sales,
pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, you good, yeah.
Much. Yeah. I want people to realize that Errol Spence's biggest PPV was with Mikey Garcia, and after that, they've
gone down, but it's still been more than Bud's done, though. I mean, if you compare the numbers, but it's not by much. You're right.
It's not by much, but at the end of the day, he gave up his leverage that he had.
Yeah.
He's a unified champ. I get it. I got it, and stuff like that. Yeah, I was down. I just think they harped on about it, and it's just like, if you're going to beat the guy, just beat the guy, and then you actually say, look, because I'm the A side. But I mean, I think it was all deflection, and I think Errol Spence never had any intentions of really fighting Bud for this rematch. He just wanted to slow his momentum down, which he's managed to do so, by the way. Slowed Bud's momentum down. I don't know where Bud goes. Like, who's he going to fight? Does he just dip out? I think he's going to want one fight, maybe at 154. Maybe he won't. Maybe. I think Bud's going to want, just because of how Bud is, he may just want to at least do a fight, maybe two at 54. Not with Errol, but
he's a healthy 36-year-old guy, right? Like, he's healthy. Yeah, he's kept himself well and lived the right lifestyle outside the ring. He has one more legacy move that he can do, and I think we all are aware of it. He has one more super legacy move that he can do that will really just be hard for anybody else to beat, and that's fight.
I mean, call me crazy. I think he can still compete at elite level for probably 2 more years, if not more. So
he could rock for another.
He could fight. He could fight Boots, and he can become a 3-time undisputed champion.
Yeah, get that belt back and become undisputed again.
Yeah,
2 times.
He could do it.
was it the IBF, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
And that back off
but
of
it'll be
Boots.
a hard fight because Boots is really.
Yeah, he's a live one. He is.
Oh, Bud beats him.
But I still got Bud beating him. No, I'm with you, Chan.
Yeah,
I got Bud beating him, but I think it'll be way more competitive than an Errol fight.
Yeah, because it will. Because Boots is young, strong,
big for the weight as well. So
assertive, sharp,
athletic.
Yeah, he's just going to come in.
And he's just as committed as Bud as far as outside of the ring. He lives it in the real way. Very disciplined Muslim. Diet is on point. Workout all the time. Really fit the bill.
Yeah. So I mean, I give that to the lad. But he's still fucking email champ.
Well, you know, gets an opportunity.
That's true.
And he accepted it, so you know, just yeah. And then also, he accepted it. He didn't have to.
Ever since he got that interim belt, they were going to upgrade him.
He's not going to deny that.
Yeah, he didn't have to accept it. He could have been like, "No, that's not my speed."
Ever since he got that interim title, that's when they were going to upgrade him. I know. Ever since he got that interim title, that's when they were going to, you know, upgrade him. Ever since he got, okay, they're going to.
I honestly felt bad for him. I think they really tried him. Like, I know he wouldn't have wanted it that way. He said he didn't want it that way. He would have wanted to fight for it, but at the same time, I understand his father when Bozy said, "Listen, man, if it wasn't going to be us, it was going to be somebody else." They would have just went right past us and gave it to the next guy who's willing to take the email champion. We're going to work this hard to allow that to just go away from us. So come fight us for it.
Couldn't he have just asked the IBF, well, can't I just fight somebody for the vacant belt?
That's what I thought.
I mean, like
that way.
He tried to, right? He tried to set up the fight with Crowley, and Crowley backed out of it. He tried to set up a fight with Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman backed out of it. This guy, I'm going to be honest with you, on the Boots Ennis topic, Boots needs to just leave 147. Nobody wants to fight him at 147. He's a big, hard puncher. He has way more opportunities at 154. He's going to struggle to fight more than 2 times a year at 147 pounds.
I know, but there's good fights for him there. Like when you see the Ryan Garcias actually go up there, and the Devin Haney's, and you know there's more money at 147 if he can hang in.
While he's there. They won't come there. They'll stay out of there. You think they'll come to 147 and fight him? You think you picture Devin Haney fighting Boots Ennis? You picture Ryan Garcia fighting Boots Ennis? You picture Teofimo coming up to fight Boots Ennis? No way. They're going to stay down there at 140 and make all the excuses. They'll come up and fight Keith. They'll come fight Mario Barrios, but they're not coming for Boots. Boots needs to go to 154, in my opinion. Go up there with that IBF, challenge for that vacant IBF that's up there at 154. Be in the race to fight Tim Tszyu and Jermell Charlo and be undisputed at that weight class. 147 doesn't love you, brother. It don't love you.
It don't love you no more. No, it don't. I mean, but it don't love him. But I mean, I just think he's too tight at the weight. I don't know if he can hang in there. And if it's not, we don't want him getting rabbed though. So if you've got to go up, move your ass up to 54. But yeah, maybe the other lads will catch up with him eventually anyway at 54. Oh yeah. But yeah, exactly. I mean, big lads anyway, for the most part, we'll just leave Tank down below. But for the most part,
you don't want him to get rusty, and you don't want him not being, you know, the activity topic has been hurting people. Errol Spence, a lot of people blame that performance he had due to lack of activity, sitting there waiting, putting himself on the shelf to make that fight with Terrence Crawford. When you look at what's his name, Deontay Wilder, people want to use that lack of activity as to why he looked like that in the ring. You don't want to be a one-time a year fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not good for your career.
No. And just before, Justin doing caveat about John A. Wilder, mate. He's been crying again, has he?
To do what I do best, you know. That's a site to get the fans what they want to see, you know. At the end of the day, no one wants to see a 12-round fight. It's a whole bunch of heavyweights up here, and we're the hard hitters. And at the end of the day, people have things to do.
Hate it.
He's a queen, but this is going to be split. He's a queen, but this is going to be split.
Chad, you should put a clip in of Wilder getting hit by Joseph Parker with that overhand right in the 8th after he said that.
He said people got things to do. We do, Wilder. You kept us there for 12 fucking rounds anyway, regardless.
12 long rounds.
12 long rounds. But
Joseph Parker hitting them in the 8th with the overhand right.
Ken, I don't know if any of you lot. I was made aware today that Wilder's in some program, and he ended up he's like one of the judges on something, one of these programs, and he didn't put someone through or someone didn't get through, and he broke down for the person and said, "Oh, I don't think I can do this," and he broke down in complete tears.
What's it, American Idol?
Yeah, that's not good.
American Idol?
Who broke down?
But yeah, it's kind of an American Idol thing, but it's not American. Wilder, he broke down.
When was this?
Like literally in the last few days.
Oh,
this thing's just like it's just fucking fucked him up.
Your wife and son, they are lost to me now. The same pain sears both our hearts.
Brutality. Flawless victory.
Crying all everywhere, man. Cry.
Well, you got people telling you you're better than Muhammad Ali. You go in there and put on a performance
that was
like
the
that.
craziest thing I ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
that literally turned my stomach. That was cringe right there to hear that nonsense. Literal cringe.
You know, like all boxers and their supporters say things that are just strange, but
just a load of bollocks. Kenny Ken, I know you got to drop off, so I'll let you drop off niggity now. And
right, I was going to say,
go ahead,
Leon, nice to do a podcast with you again. AJ, it's been great last few years. Claymore, it's really nice to meet you. You know, really enjoyed that. Just doing a podcast.
Likewise, Ken, salute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dip out as well, Lee, because I know you've had a long.
I'm going to do something constructive. I'm going to watch Colin Hart, previously of the Sun, slag of Tyson Fury. He's saying that Tyson's career will be in a shambles, that he's a shadow of himself, and that he doesn't expect Usyk to beat him. So I'm going to do something constructive boxing-wise and watch that.
What is that on, Ken? It's on
Pro Boxing Fans YouTube channel.
Oh, Pro Box with Colin Hart, the old geezer, the old journalist.
He was a respected journalist in the day, especially during the 80s.
Yeah.
90s. You know,
I know exactly who he is. Yeah, I'll watch that, or I'll get that after I come off. I'm going to be logging off in a bit. So thanks, Kenny Ken. They'll find you at Kenny Ken on Instagram, 1972, won't they?
That's right. Look after yourself. I'll speak to you guys soon. Right, bye.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.
Kenny Ken has left the boot. Lee, thank you. I'll let you get to bed as well.
Thank you
for coming through. Thanks for coming through like the Mergin Woo. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you here. You know, you're
next week. You take care, guys.
Yeah.
Leon.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, Lee.
Bye.
Bye. Night. Fight Fan Figures has left the boot.
And then there were three.
So yeah, John A. Wilder's up and everywhere crying. I don't know where. I don't know what's going on with that dude. Any final thoughts on anything that we've missed in the weekly wrap up?
What else happened? I'm trying to think.
Keep them short and sweet because I will be back tomorrow. I think I've got a guest tomorrow. It'll be on members only though tomorrow. That guest. So Stan.
Oh yeah, Lomachenko versus Kambosos was announced.
Oh yeah, we got Loma Kamboso. I did see that.
I think early May. I can't remember the date.
What day is it? What month at least?
May. Give me a sec. Let me see. When was it?
May. And then we've got. I'm waiting to see where Devin Haney.
May 12th. May 12th. Yeah.
May 12th. Wicked. Is that going to be? That's going to be in Australia. It is.
Yep. Yep. Vacant IBF title.
Then get in Thunder Road. Oh yeah, forgot to ask Kenny and all that. So then get in. Take care, Kenny Ken. Yeah, so that's going to be in Australia. What else? I'm sure there was something else that I No, we covered that. Joshua Ngannou. Did
you got a female fight coming up on the 8th against
Jermaine Ortiz.
Jermaine Ortiz.
Yep. Yeah.
Like that fight. Really like that fight.
Real good
I do
fight.
like that fight. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. That would be Tio better mind. He better be careful. He got to really be careful. Mortal Kombat is kind of demonic. Yeah, it is. It is.
I think Theo's a little. I question how focused he is on the right things. I think Jermaine Ortiz is going to be maybe his biggest challenge yet. And he's talking about a lot of stuff outside of Jermaine. Talking about Terrence, talking about Ryan, talking about Sabril.
As usual, usual para él. All the time, talking. Tomate tu tiempo, mi hermano. You need to just don't rush. Take your little time and chill out, please. Tranquilo, papi. That's what we need. That's what we want. We want a calm fucking Teofimo Lopez. We don't need this amped up, jacked up. Because every time he starts feeling himself, guess what happens? He loses. He gets a beat down. He's saying he's 2-time undisputed still now. And we're like,
he's a questionable 1-time undisputed.
He's not even 1 time. Yeah, so I mean,
questionable, right? We can break that down and kind of show how he really wasn't undisputed then, for real. But
I got blocked for that too, by the way, telling the guy he wasn't undisputed. So
right, people don't like to hear that conversation either.
He must have forgot.
Roy Jones Jr. Remember that name? Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot.
Y'all must have forgot. Yeah, shouts out to RJJ, the old man crush. You know, you got a crush with an old man. That was RJJ's me old man crush. The older man crush. Yeah, so shouts out to Roy Jones Jr. I'm still quite surreal that I actually interviewed him.
You interviewed Roy?
Me too. Great interview. I love that interview.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I got to ask a lot of good questions too. I
was like, Roy, they must have forgot. He gave me permission to play his track on here. He's like, play it as much as you are. Well, I was like, you won't flag me, will you? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, Roy, I got it. Shouts out to RJJ. Yeah, go check it out, Playmore. It was about 3.5 months ago.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Go check it out. Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, I mean, well, I think we've. Yeah, you'll find it. It's right there. It's in my Hall of Fame playlist. I got a playlist. There's only a few people in there. So Hall of Fame playlist, and go check it out. Yeah. So you don't forget, because y'all must have forgot. I love that song when he came out with that. Y'all must have forgot. Came out rapping his own song down the ring walk. Only Roy Jones Jr. could do that. Only Roy Jones Jr. Amazing. So yeah,
but Chad, I got a couple fights I wanted to get you guys takes on right quick. The couple undercard fights, the rematch from Jail Pataya, Maris Breedis, that's on the Fury Usyk undercard. That's for the vacant IBF title, which makes me.
Which he just had to vacate.
I mean, which scratching my head because they're about to fight. Why didn't they just let him keep the belt? I mean, like
dumb.
You know, it's like he's about to get it back anyway, and I think he's going to stop Maris Breedis this time. So
yeah, just for the ball ache.
Yeah,
just for fucking around with me, I'm going to stop Maris Breedis. Maris Breedis has got power though. He gave Usyk a real good fight, but
this man hasn't fought since he lost the guy. Like extremely inactive.
Yeah, I mean. We know how that's going to get. We ain't forgot, so that's going to. What's the other? And you think so, Claymore? Same thing.
Yes, without a doubt. I thought it was a waste of time to take it from him in the first place. It's a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Almost petty.
But he's about to get it back, so no worries. So harm, no foul.
Yeah, like what they did to Bud. Petty. It's always petty, the IBF. They stay
real
petty.
I mean, they want their belt. They want their belt defended. They want their belt. They want money, and they want you fighting for their belt and defending their belt. And if you're not going to do that, they're quick to take it. Look how they did Terrence.
They did it to Joe Cordino as well.
Exactly.
That British lad, he won it and he had a hand injury, and after 3 months it was like, oh no, we're just taking it, and like he got it back though as well. The IBF is just staying doing their bullshit. Yeah. He's on that Canelo beef. Oh god, that beef. What was the other fight, AJ, that you wanted our quick take on?
Nick Ball versus Ray Vargas for the WBC fight. That's on the undercard of Fury Yeah. No, sorry, Ngannou. Joshua Ngannou. Yeah. Yep.
I did see that today. Let me pull up Ray Vargas's
Yeah,
stats.
I have no opinion on that one. I haven't really broke that one down for myself yet.
Yeah, like
I mean, but what's I find interesting about that is that how Brandon Figueroa was the interim champion and he didn't get the shot, and Nick Ball did first. So that's what surprised me, and I'm surprised that he's actually fighting on that Saudi card. I mean, another PBC traveling to go on the Saudi card.
When I saw that pulled up today, I wasn't sure where this was really coming from, but yeah. I mean, he's a 5-star fighter. He's a hell of a fighter.
I got Nick Ball. I'm going Nick Ball.
Hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter.
I think Nick Ball's going to win, yeah.
You got Nick Ball just going to wash him. Nick Ball's 19-0, Brit.
Big puncher, too, as well. He can punch.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's 30. Ray Vargas is 36-1. Not too well equipped. Let me just have a look.
Tall for the weight. He's more of a boxer. So
yeah, I'm just trying to see.
Oh, so they already have the undercard put together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I haven't even looked at
It's
it yet.
rubbish as well. It's not even good.
They tried to say it was going to be stacked.
I know, and then everyone was like, "This is the Saudis putting this together, where money is it's flowing. Why have we got such a trash undercard?" God,
Must be paying these dudes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let me see. Zang Parker, Ray Vargas. Those are the only two other good fights other than the name, really.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And the co-main, Parker.
Yeah.
And I hope AJ stops Ngannou as well. Hopefully he does, Rasclot.
I think he will.
Hopefully he does, yeah, and makes a good old statement and allows Ngannou to leave the building. Yeah. Well, guys, that is that, Jack. I promised that my show wasn't probably going to go over 2.5 hours this week because we didn't have multiple stuff to, dig about like we did last week. Last week was a fun show as well, where we spoke about so many things because there wasn't that much boxing the week before as well, and we had to go from the week before's card. So yeah. So I want to thank Claymore. Let them know where you at, where they can find you.
Yeah, I posted up a link in the chat. Guys, check out my channel. It's a new channel. It's a new thing for me, but I hope you guys are willing to come and hang out for the journey. We only got one place to go, and that's up, baby.
Yeah, I got to come hang out actually myself.
Yeah, I want to do. I was thinking about doing a live later tonight. I'm not sure. I need to get some kind of schedule going with that. I'm learning that I have to stay out of the way of other people's lives. Right, I got to pay attention to what's going on. So I haven't really come up with something firm for that, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me on there. Thank you, Ross Scott. Thank you. I appreciate for having me on here, LadyChann. You're always so hospitable to me, and I appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Thank you for joining.
What's your brother's name right here with the
AJ, Alex.
AJ. Yeah, AJ.
AJ, man, you're an intelligent dude, bro. I like building with you, man. I like.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Likewise.
Yeah, that's right. We love AJ. I love AJ. Yeah, very knowledgeable and and just a great person in general, in español. That's what we say. En general.
I can kiss you.
Person, yeah, un gran persona. Ya tú sabes. Yeah. So shouts out to AJ all day. All right. So
thank you.
You can just catch me, hit me up on the gram or whatever, if anything you need, whatever the weather, anyway. So holler at me. But yeah. Okay.
All right. That's right, man. Salute. Thank you.
You're welcome. Claymore's left the building. AJ is us two, and then there were two. Tell them where they can find you, AJ, all day.
You can find me here.
Yeah, I know. And that's so sweet. Yeah, you can find AJ here. He's my compadre. He's my partner in rhyme crime. Downtime, whatever we do is Shani and AJ for the most part anyway. So yeah, it's what we do. So you lot, acceptance is key. Where you see Shani, you see AJ. Where you see AJ, you see Shani. Right. So we have got the part 2 this week for the is it for the stats, facts, and data for the Joshua? We did have a data. So tomorrow I've got a. Okay, so no, because what was gonna happen? We may, because tomorrow's got a guest, but that's on members only, and then we're gonna talk about. So it's Natasha Jonas on Saturday and Michaela Mayer. So I'm calling it live. That's a live show. And because that's UK, Sunday we're going to do AJ Wilder resume deep dive part 2.
Sounds good. And I'll put Carl Froch and Joe Calzaghe on the list as well.
Yes, please. Put him on and put them two on, and we'll get them done. It's going to be really interesting because someone said as well. They said like it's got decent. It's not great. Someone said it's good, but it's not great. I have to agree. It's good. It's for me, it's alright. But I mean, maybe I may find out a bit more because it was a bit of an error that I wasn't fully always tapped into. Do you know what I mean? So it's all good. So let's find out if Carl the Cobra Froch is as great as he, alludes us to believe. I hate his fight style. I'll reiterate that anyway. So.
I haven't actually seen a lot of his fights, if I'm being honest with you.
I'll go and watch.
I think I've seen I'm trying to remember what fights have I seen. I think I've maybe seen one or two.
You saw the Kessler one. Kessler one.
I haven't seen any of the Kessler fights actually.
I'll go and watch Kessler one.
The first fight he lost. I know that. So
he lost. Go and watch how he lost and you'll see his style of why he lost. That's what you should watch. The second one he wins. Uchim Butane.
I think I've seen the Andre Ward fight, but that was a long time ago.
Oh, that was boring.
Yeah. Just kind of a routine win for Ward. Really, he kind of did what he wanted, controlled the fight, more or less countered Froch, all that. So
Ward totally outclassed him, but it was boring. But I'm glad Ward just outclassed him because he's always got his big old yapping mouth, that fucking Carl Froch. So go and watch the Michael Kessler one.
Okay, I'll look that one up.
Yeah, go and watch that one. And and thanks for joining me, AJR Day. Love you. Mwah.
Love you, boy. Catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.
Alrighty.
AJ's left the boot. So guys, I'm going to read out the members only roll call. Members only roll call. Okay, so let's go. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Okay, so let's get to the members, shall we? We've got a couple new members. So shouts out to y'all. Y'all must have forgot. Anyway, so we've got Don't Touch Your Bum, individualism. LadyChann got some individualism. Donald Banks, DB, individualism. Zara K, individualism. T, Fatty, individualism. Don 1983, individualism. Dark Nightside, individualism. Stephen T, individualism. My sister, the Queen, Lisa Biles, individualism. Nesta Bedford, what up, Nesta? Individualism. What up, Blood? What up, Gangster? Retro Boxing and Documentaries, what up, Blood? Individualism. Controlling, individualism. Ricky Ligalo, mi hermano, individualism. Harlem's Finest, out to the net, my sister, individualism. D-Star Boxing, mi hermano también, individualism. AJL Day, individualism. Charlie, individualism. King TJ, RIP, individualism. Fundraiser coming in February. Upload time el primero. Ya tú sabes, en el edificio. Individualism. And last but not least, Harlem's Finest, Dr. P, individualism. That's right, guys. We're here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the goddamn truth. Lisa Bale, thank you for being a member for 20 months. Stream, as always. I want to say thank you to Claymore, AJ, Fight Fan Figures, Kenny Ken. Who else? I feel like I've forgotten someone. Please don't. Claymore, Kenny Ken, AJ, Fight Fan Figures, and myself. I think, that was it. It was just us. So, we are always in the boot. In the boot. Right, we're here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Because knowledge is what?
Knowledge is key.
So if you go on, you know, so if you go on, and that me I say, that me talk, that me like, yeah.
So if it one, not bad say nothing because nothing not got one. Lock off your eyes, cock me, make you cough.
Them don't like me, we don't like them.
Them don't like me, some me not like them. Man, I figure set this straight and clarify. Put fire upon a pagan, aim for the cranium. Turn off the news, there's a bag of lies. Worst raised man, wanna inform up, fun Babylon and every one of them dirty guys. And if they wanna go around the order, I guarantee somebody's dropping flight.
We're here to deal with stats, facts, and blood clot data.
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
That's right. We deal with stats, facts, and data all day and every day and twice on a Monday and Sunday.
Please get the fuck out of here, man. It's my night.
Shouts out to Anthony Joshua.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
And lastly, Ray, Wilder coming back, our American heavyweight coming back on the 15th. Is it hard to come back from a KO loss and still be
No, what is
yourself?
hard to come back is you gotta learn how to fucking box before you come back.
Thank you, Ray.
Hate it.
That's right. We fucking hate it. Sin embargo, recuerda mi gente del mundo, mi gente de boxeo, estoy lista para ti, para todos, siempre. Ya tú sabes.
Listos para los chingazos. Listos para los chingazos.
Por la raza. Anyway, guys, you know I'm that bitch, always been that bitch, always will be that bitch. I filled out the application, I got the job, so I'm here. And acceptance, not only knowledge is key, but acceptance is key. I am the female Bengali.
It's tight, you suck at life, you don't want a round three. Worship the queen and your mic the pass. Keep it real, these chicks couldn't wipe my anyway, now let's go get Bulgari. I am the ultimate Bengali. These chickens can't even spell that. You hoes fucking repel that.
And just to remember, we are at the weekly wrap-up, shiggity shiggity. Please hit the like, comment, sub, and everything. Yeah, weekly wrap-up, shiggity shiggity. What? Shiggity show. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow on Members Only with a special guest. It'll be up on the it's the trainer. So we're gonna have Julian Chua, who was the trainer for Regis Prograis, and we're going to talk about the loss of what happened with Regis Prograis and stuff like that, and moving forward with Team Prograis. So that will be on Members Only tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Okay, so anyway, I'm gone. You lot have been amazing. Hey girl, it's LadyChann, written nonetheless. Come box with shiggity, 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 shiggity. Shan. Gyan. Me and my plaid shirt, the 1970s look, has left the people dizzy. Gyan. LadyChann.